the story of Aimo Koivunen. Have you ever heard of Palverton pills?
Crystal meth or something? Because I know
Basically.
the Nazis used crystal meth.
He couldn't get a pillow though of the bottle because he had his mittens on. He couldn't get the
So
pillows.
he just took the bottle.
Yeah. His group were like ahead of him. Funny enough, he caught up to them very quickly after that, and then carried on going ahead of them.
This guy has just flown through a military camp on skis at such a speed that he didn't realise what was happening till he was gone out the other fucking side.
Woke up in the night to the cabin that he was in being on fire. Something he realised when he stepped on a mine that proceeded to shred his leg and foot to pieces. Opened the door, got blown up as the door opened, got blasted into a ditch. Just chilled there for a week. Chilled there for a week, lying there.
Still methed out of his head, who knows?
Yeah, he was messed the whole time. This is the Kill Them With Comedy podcast, featuring true crime, amazing events, conspiracies, unsolved mysteries, and an array of weird and wonderful topics, all for your enjoyment. You're welcome.
And that proves that even people that you would trust with your life can, at some point, go fucking crazy.
That's right.
I did the intro then. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Kill Them With Comedy podcast. We've had a little bit of a what's it called when you have like a break for like a little bit, a sabbatical.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
We all had to. It takes a long time, man, to get sorted after Christmas and that, and after New Year.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? We're 17 days into January.
Ugh.
Like, how the fuck did that happen? Genuinely, Carl, how the fuck did that happen? Literally, it feels like yesterday I was doing New Year's Day. What the fuck is going on with this year so far? It's shooting by. Although I tell you what, Carl, I do I have a good vibe about this year, and I know that's a fucking stupid thing to say, and I've tried to say it before when I didn't mean it, but for some weird reason, I get a good vibe about this year, Carl.
I like that. I like it.
Yeah.
Just making sure our video isn't going live on YouTube by accident. Hold on.
Even if it did, who gives a shit, Carl? This is a live podcast. This is all right.
The only thing that would bother me is we haven't got our all the things up and that. You know, that's the only reason I'd be bothered. I'm vain.
Problem, isn't it? Yeah.
It's not live though. It's recording, so
that's all right. I get a vibe about this year that's not as shit as the previous ones. Because every other fucking New Year's recently, I've woken up and I've been like, this doesn't feel any better. This feels just as bad. But I always tried to convince myself, like, this time a whole different way around. I'm trying to lower my expectations while feeling that for some reason it's going to be better.
That's a good way to do it, though.
Yeah.
It's like that thing that people say, don't get your hopes up because you'll never get disappointed. Sounds really, I don't know, really negative.
Well, it's pessimistic.
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
It's kind of true. It really is.
Yeah,
you can hope, you can want those things to happen, but don't put all your hope on them.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, man, that's good. I think, like, as far as the year and that, I'm very much whatever, it's what you make it to be anyway, you know.
I don't know if that's necessarily true because, like, this year started off some weird shit. Like, I've had car trouble. My mates, one of them has had to deal with 2 funerals in 4 months.
Yeah. Most of that wouldn't have been this year then, just to clarify.
And another mate of mine got COVID, then his aunt died, then he snapped his ankle. It's like, Jesus Christ, people. Relax, all right? Just, provided we're getting all the fucking bad shit out of the way at the start of the year.
Yeah, there you go.
But let's
we're
not
top ending it.
Exactly. Let's not make this a track record, okay? Provided this is just the last of 2022 biting us on the arse, I'm fine with it.
I've had a weird thing this year so far. I've been having like random, like, not even panic attacks, just like, it's like my body's doing that, but in my head I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, this, it's just, you know, it's like my subconscious is just attacking me.
I know what you mean. I've had a couple of moments where I've been walking on, I'm just like, why the fuck do I just feel really anxious and upset? I don't know. This doesn't make sense.
Have you ever had the kind of like really hazy feeling where the best way I can describe it is it's like you're not there?
Yeah. I used to get that a lot when I was on antidepressants as well. Like when I was on the higher levels of it, that's when But to be fair, I had someone who just gave me like one of the highest doses possible straight away. It's like, oh fuck you stupid twat. Just turned me into a zombie and made my entire fucking world go fucking sepia toned and boring.
Yeah, it might be something to do that, because I've actually, when that was starting, like I've had it like 3 or 4 times it's happened, and then I thought I'm gonna take away one of my tablets that I'm having, like the beta blockers that I've been on for years. So I'm gonna take them away and just see, and I haven't had it since. I don't know if it's because I've always been sleeping better too, so I don't know if it's because of lack of sleep, because of them, or a combination of both, you know.
It could be that. It could also be that you're feeling better in yourself in general, so you don't need it as much. If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, that like yeah, not in regards to that. I mean, just in regards to like random little panic attacks and stuff.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. It's been interesting anyway. But it might have been a lack of sleep, because I've really been not sleeping well lately. In the last few days, I've had a nice sleep, and I'm like, I don't feel it at all.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, to be fair, I haven't slept well in weeks because I keep on having to worry. I have about 4 hours.
You have to worry on schedule.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing. I fall asleep for about 4 hours, then I wake up to have a piss, and then I sort of get back to sleep in like half-hour chunks, maybe hour chunks at a time.
Yeah.
After that, and then I'll wake up at another point and I'll have to go for a piss. And this is the thing: as soon as it gets past like 6 o'clock in the morning, if I have to go for a piss, I am taking a shit afterwards. I don't get a choice over it. And more annoyingly, it doesn't just happen when I stand up and go for a piss. I can't just stand up, go for a piss, and then go like, "Oh, look, I need to go for a shit." Just sit down and deal with it. No, I have to get up, go to the toilet, go for a piss, come back, sit down, lie down, and for about 10 minutes, and then suddenly, now you fucker, why are you doing that?
Yeah, maybe. Did you ever used to be someone that would sleep all the way through?
Oh yeah, I used to love it.
Yeah, same. Like but since like getting that little bit older, like getting 30 and that, and so on, it's like now for the first time I can only sleep through because I need a piss. Like I never used to wake up needing a piss. Same with pooping too. Wake up needing a poop.
Yeah.
I never had any of that. Like growing up, it'd be an issue. Like I'd wake up far too late. Now, I mean, not so much.
To be fair, I've had all of them, because like when I was younger, when I was a kid, I could sleep pretty well whenever I wanted. Then when I got like to like teenage years, I started struggling really hard with it, and I couldn't find anything that worked. And then eventually, I just started smoking weed, which is a great way to go to sleep, by the way. If you really want to go to sleep, smoke weed.
It's a great way to be awake as well.
It's just a great way to be. But yeah, no, like, and for a few years that sort of worked, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night and have to smoke another one to get me to sleep for another 3 hours or so. It was really bad sleep. And then I went to the gym.
And then you get it in your head as well.
Yeah, and then I went to the gym though. And once I went to the gym and I got myself into a position where I was like working out regularly.
Yeah.
I went to sleep like that, and I slept for like 6 hours straight, and then woke up feeling refreshed as fuck, like a demon.
Maybe your body might hurt a bit in certain places, but it's a good kind of hurt. Though.
Yeah, that
earned
painful,
hurt.
like, I've done something good there.
Yeah. I totally hear you, man. That was probably the best I've ever slept, is when I was like gymming it the most.
Yeah.
So I really want to do again, but it just seems like so much work now that we're old. I have to do twice as much or 3 times as much to get the same result.
The annoying thing about the gym is, like, there's no way on earth I'm ever going to go to the gym after I've been to work. That's just not going to happen.
Have you tried
I'm not going to finish a fucking shitty day at work, hate it the entire fucking way through, and then go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and lift weights while I'm already tired, pissed off.
Hey, man. You say that, though, but you're already pissed off, and when you get there, you will get an energy boost once you've started. Because I used to do it all the time. I used to do like full 8-10 hour shifts and then go to the gym for 2 hours.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. I'd rather do it the other way around.
Yeah, that's if you're more of an early riser, that's smart.
Early, go to the gym, work out, and then go to work. It's like I've already fucking won. You know?
Did you have like a whole proper like routine that you used to do as well when you went?
Oh yeah, I started on like 3 days a week, and I did that for about 6 or 7 months. And then after I'd gotten used to that, I started doing 4 days a week on a split routine. So it'd be Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday. And I got pretty fucking hench. I got pretty swole. And I'd like to do that again, to be honest, because I hate being a fat lump of shit. I like being in shape. You
Well,
know,
that's the thing,
because
though.
when you're in
Like,
shape, you do more as well, and you've got more energy to do shit. But it takes that sort of 5, 6, 7 months of really pushing it to get
yeah,
to the point where you get the energy back. You know?
yeah. I mean, for me, like having the energy to do stuff has never really been an issue for me. Like, this is the most productive I've ever been, with the exception of creating my children right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting more and more like bit by bit, because we were saying about the sabbatical. Like, I've actually in that time recorded about 4 or 5 podcasts
Yeah.
with I done one with Geordie, if you know him, Geordie Evans, I think it is.
Don't know.
Did one with Ems,
Yeah.
doing one on Friday with Callum. Did one with Brogan as well that I brought out yesterday and forgot to advertise actually until right this second.
Well,
So
there
I'll
you
do
go.
that later.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
been on
no,
this thing, man. The channel's still been ticking along, basically.
I've really wanted to do stuff, but I've just got home pissed off from having to easy start the fucking car in the freezing fucking cold again. And I until that has fucked off, my head just is constantly in this like warring battle of what to worry about next. It's like, look, can I just have a working fucking car? I don't give a shit about anything else. Literally, anything else. Just fuck it. I don't care. Just make sure I have a car that can get me somewhere. Fucking please.
You know one thing I'll say to that, because I've been in a situation before where, like, you have nothing to do all the time. Like, you're literally sitting around, you got nowhere to go, you don't even have the car to begin with, you got,
Yeah.
no motivation to do anything at all. At least when you have all these things that you've got to do, like, all these, once you sort out one issue, you got another issue to sort out. It's kind of nice having some kind of purpose, having something to focus on. So
Yeah.
I've been stressed out like that before, and also, but it bothers me a lot more when I've got nothing to do. No
Yeah.
purpose to do anything,
Yeah.
There's good and bad, Annie, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what you make it out to be, see?
Nah, oof. There's just not enough time in the day to do everything that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
do at this point.
That's why I
Like,
don't sleep a lot.
yeah, I'm having to start picking my battles, which is getting really annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like again, I've stopped doing the stand up for a bit, which pisses me off because I don't want to. I want to keep doing it, but
You'll probably be better once you get back doing it again, though.
I don't have a working car. I don't have the time. I don't
Yeah.
have anything new written. As much as I keep promising myself I'm going to write something, nothing happens. And like what I really, really want to do is I just want to have a little bit of freedom back, without having to spend all my time at a job. But
Yeah, I understand that completely, as you know.
yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Where's the money supposed to come from? And I suppose
That's the problem.
that's what annoys me because if it was just me and it wasn't my family or Matilda or my dad or anything, I wouldn't care.
Mm.
I don't give a shit about any of the rest of the stuff. It's all just, random shit. What I really care about is being a comedian. But unfortunately,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say that, though. As you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. But then at the same time, not having the money coming in for you would be hard, I guess, though, with the car. Because that's why, as I said, like, before we came on, that's why I decided not to learn driving a car. I'm going to learn to ride a bike. Because it
yeah.
seems so expensive to run a car in general.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like £600 a year for the insurance
Mm.
alone, and then the fuel is fucking expensive. I spend
Yeah,
over
that's the thing right now
£200
as
a
well.
month on fuel, and
You should look, even just doing part-time might be good for you. Because that was a lot better for me when I was doing part-time.
it'd be nice. But I just there's not a part-time job out there that earns enough money.
You like call
Basically.
center stuff, aren't you, though?
Yeah, but that's the
Moment.
thing that no one wants part-time call staff anymore. Everything's fucking full-time. It's like, oh no, it's full-time on nothing. Well, fuck you. How about I've got some other shit I want to do with my fucking time?
Yeah, they are very few
Jesus.
and far between, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
so sick of that
I'll
old
ask
fucking attitude.
I'll ask the hippie man, because his place is quite new as well. They're like not new, but they're like not at the end, so they're still kind of figuring out how to build their machine, to make sure everything
Yeah.
runs like a machine.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite fun when you're in a company and you kind of figure stuff out together. There's more chance of progression as well.
I
Um,
don't really care about progression.
fair enough.
That's the thing. Is like,
I'll ask him though.
yeah, in this
It's good
interview I
pay
did
as
for
well
this
there for
place.
some reason.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Yeah, it's nice pay, man.
The place I'm working at the moment, it's not bad.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah,
it's a
just a
good
full-time
job. I
thing.
really like it, but it's not what I want to do, and
Yeah.
it takes up time from what I do want to do. And
Now we're 30 and that, like 30, well, I'm 31, you're like
yeah,
30.
32. Yeah,
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I was older than you.
yeah. You always say
Yeah,
that.
okay. Maybe I'm just looking at the two of us next to each other right now, and one of us looks withered by time, the other one looks okay.
Do I? Do I look okay? I don't think I look okay, Carl.
Well, maybe it's one of those things where we just criticise ourselves more.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, to
Maybe.
me, you look fairly fresh-faced and young. I like. I look
Lighting.
at myself and I see a wizened, tired old fuck.
A wizened? What a wizened?
Wizened, yeah. Like imagine like you know how wizards look when they're all like old and elderly and shit like that. That's literally like wizened. That's
I
that
have
kind of
seen
vibe.
many a wizard sleeves in my day.
Yeah, exactly.
Old and frumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a good little story for you today, though.
Okay.
Like an actual, I thought it, I completely forgot I had this. Like, I watched a video, and this about like 2-3 weeks ago or something. And I just, as I was slowly watching, I was like, I'm going to note this down. This sounds like it might be a good story, and then just literally noted the whole story down. I'm so
Okay.
glad I started. Do you want me to get to it now?
Yeah, go for it. Let's fucking shoot.
Okay. This is the story of, I don't know how you pronounce this, Aimo Koivunen, who was basically a real life Captain America / super soldier.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how
The
this...
name, is he Russian by any chance, or is it?
No, I think it was against the Russians.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think it might be like Ukraine or something like that. Like, oh, not Ukraine now, obviously.
Well,
I hope it's not now. I haven't noted down the date, actually.
yeah.
I know it's Germany. These were the Germans.
All right, the Germans.
Okay.
Oh, fucking
Yeah.
Germans.
So, have you ever heard of Palverton pills?
No, what is it, like crystal meth or something? Because I know the Nazis used crystal meth.
That's basically what it is. They were just pure, straight up meth pills.
Fucking hell, yeah. Because Hitler was a big fan of it, and it was literally like in every single German officer's like kit.
Yeah,
They had
This
methamphetamine to keep them awake on watch. It's fucking mental.
So this is a guy. He's a leader of one of those groups, and he has all the
Ow!
He's the one who has control of all the pills and that, and like a lot of the other groups in the area that he was with in the beginning of this story, they would all take the meth a lot just because it kept them up, like you said, it kept them going all the way through like snowy terrain and that here, so I get the logic of why they gave the soldiers meth. I get it.
Yeah, it works, you know, for
Literally,
the initial stage at least.
Well, no, trust me, it works. It definitely works.
But eventually you are going to crash, Carl. And
you'd think.
Unless you have an endless supply like Hitler did. Apparently, that was one of the things that scared the shit out of Mussolini. Mussolini was planning to leave the war, and Hitler sort of just sets up a meeting, storms in, off his face on methamphetamine, just screaming at the top of his lungs to the point where he was just like, you know what, I'm going to stay in. I do not want to leave because I'm scared of that motherfucker.
If Hitler was around now, like if any, this was now, or they had like nowadays technology and social media back then, he would be like a viral kind of thing, he's like going off on people. We'd all still hate him and that, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But his videos would be put up. I'm trying to think like a George Bush, or a Biden when he's doing something stupid. We'd look at it like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be great.
Look at this crazy madman.
Yeah.
Fucking rah! There's someone else that does something like that. I'm not Andrew Tate. I suppose he's kind of like Andrew Tate.
It's a bit like Andrew Tate. I mean, it's Trump as well. Realistically, it's like
it's like a mix between Trump. I'm trying to think of somebody that does a lot of shouting to the camera. Maybe I'm just thinking of Shia LaBeouf.
Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't know.
That's it. Yeah. Mix it between Trump and Macho Man Randy Savage.
That was it.
So that's what it was. Yeah. So he was the leader of his group, and he wasn't a big fan of the Palverton pills. He didn't like using them really. So his team hardly ever did. They had the full amount still. And basically they got attacked by the Russians, and they all had to retreat. As they all went, every group went off in a different way, and his group went some other way. Aimo led the attack. and they were skiing away to get away. And he had to cut a path through snow, and then he was falling behind because the Soviets were almost catching up. So he was falling behind his team as they were getting a bit faster. I don't know why. But he had the Palmerton supply, and he knew he needed a boost to get away from the Russians. Fair dues, you know.
That is there. You know, it's in the kit.
The issue is, though, they never had them anyway, like I said, so they had the full amount. So he had, like, no tolerance to them.
Oh, fucking hell.
And you're only supposed to take one, and I believe it's supposed to last for, like, 4 hours or something.
Yeah.
He couldn't get a pill out, though, of the bottle because he had his mittens on. He couldn't get the pill out.
So he just took the bottle?
Yeah. He didn't mean to.
Absolute champion. I don't give a shit. Well done.
There was loads in there. It was what was it? An entire unit's worth of meth. 30 men's. Oh, it's 30 men's worth for like one thing.
God. Jesus Christ.
He took a lot of meth.
Yeah, he did. That man went somewhere.
yeah, he was taking it, and funnily enough, he's in. What is it? He turned super strong, and then his group were like ahead of him. Funny enough, he caught up to them very quickly after that, and then carried on going ahead of them. Just kept going. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, he was waking up the next day in a forest.
Jesus Christ!
Just
Jesus Christ! That man had one of the best experiences of the entire war. Like, no one else has fucking had that. Like that, you don't get those kind of party vibes if you pay for it. For fuck's sake, he got it given to him by the government.
Mate, there's a lot more to it yet.
Oh fuck! It's not over.
No, this is like part one. This is just think how long this would take to get out your system. Like this whole time, it's like how are you not OD, and he should be dead.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
So if you don't OD, how long would it take to? How long would you be high for from that? You know, like 4 hours from one.
At least a couple of days. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's not going to be quick, is it?
We can confirm from the story. It's definitely at least a couple of days.
How long did it last, Carl? Come on.
I'm not even sure, to be fair. Like I said, it's been a while since I read the end of it, but it's a good few days or something.
Yeah.
So he was still mega super high. They'd all dipped. He'd blacked out. But that was it. Yeah,
they'd all dipped. Either that or he fucking murdered them all and didn't remember it. It's just
afterwards, they talked him after and that, and the last they saw of him was him just riding off into the distance. And basically, what happened was he blacked out. His mind did, but his body didn't. He was like skiing while asleep. Oh, we just don't remember it, you know. But he just kept going and going and going.
Oh man, this guy's fucking amazing. He's like a German Nazi Terminator.
Like he had no idea where he was. He was just waking up in this forest suddenly, like alone. No idea where he is. Obviously, huge forest over there. Like the areas that are covered in forestry are ridiculous, aren't they?
It's hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Yeah.
They were just escaping, so they were just rushing off quickly, you know.
Yeah.
So he's alone in the forest, more of that alone, with an empty rifle and some water. It was an empty rifle, yeah. It was minus 29 degrees. And he was lost, but the Soviets were still coming.
Okay.
He quickly powered on with his meth power still strong within him. He felt like his heart would pop out, but he skied on.
I mean, as every good Nazi would.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not totally sure if this is a Nazi or if it's the First World War. It would have to be this. It would have to be.
Oh, it's Second World War if they were using meth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And he quickly spotted a camp, and he decided the best thing to do then in that case is ski right into it.
Right into it, face first into the fucking wood. Bam! Yes.
Into a camp, not into wood.
For some reason, I just sort of thought, oh, it's not just a camp. It's going to have like a building. He's just going to sort of, there'll be people sat there inside having a nice, relaxing time. You just see in the distance this skier getting closer and closer to, bam! He's just against the window.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you know what? That would have probably been better if that was the case. The issue was, the camp that he rode straight into the middle of, was actually the camp for the Soviets that were chasing him. He rode straight into the middle of their camp.
What the fuck? No, I'm sorry. No, Carl, that doesn't work. He was in this place here, okay? He's here. The fucking Russians are here, and they're chasing him this way, yeah? He runs that way, and the Russians keep chasing him. He ends up there? What the fuck?
I nowhere does it say here that he had eyes on them when he said they were still coming. I don't know whether we could hear people around, or there might be more than one party looking for him, because there were a lot of Soviets in this. A lot of, but yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like you don't run away from someone straight into them. That's running at them.
To be honest, if he did see them when they were in the forest, it must have been just a different part, because I know from this story there's a lot of them. Either that or he just didn't see them, but he rode right into the middle of them, and by the time he realised what was going on, he rode straight out again, and they realised suddenly in that moment, and they rode out chasing him then.
But they don't stand a chance. He's on meth.
To be fair though, the speed he must have been going at still, like this guy is meth to hell. Imagine Captain America skiing.
Imagine how big your standard military camp is, right? It's not enormous, but it's a good few 100 meters, right?
Yeah.
This guy has just flown through a military camp on skis at such a speed that he didn't realise what was happening till he was gone out the other fucking side.
And the fact that he didn't even think that could have been the fact, they must have had like a flag up or something as well. Like that's the normal way to do. You normally have something up to determine who it is. Like, no, it must be fine.
Oh God. Oh, that's so funny. Jesus
it doesn't
Christ.
stop there,
I've just
though.
got this image of a load of Russian people working on tanks and shit. And then just suddenly, yeah, that's just going.
He was describing the thing I was watching.
What's that?
He was describing the thing I was watching as like one of those kind of cartoon things where it's like they see him and then it's like their legs going under them as they're trying to run away.
Oh, fucking hell.
Because of his mass amount of meth powers that he still had, the super soldier serum.
The super meth that he was on.
He lost them once more and found a cabin to sleep in.
Okay.
Sleep in, you know, whatever that version of sleep is, you know. Your body
stood up in the corner. Eyes closed, but one open.
He definitely was doing something during it, because he went to sleep in the corner or something. And then all he had was the normal stuff. I think he said he found like an oil lamp or something to do a fire in there, so he had a bit of light. But basically, he went to sleep, woke up in the night to the cabin that he was in being on fire.
What?
Completely on fire. He was cool. Like,
this
but
guy's
everything
not
else...
sleeping. This guy is not sleeping. He is just having blackouts. That is a whole different thing. Where you don't go to sleep, you just don't remember what happened.
yeah, that's all it is. And what would you do in that situation? You'd be like, okay, the Russians are after me. This giant cabin burning down might be a bit of a, you know, like, hey, come over here, guys.
Yeah.
So you'd think, get away. Not him. No, what he did, he went outside, lay back down right outside us. As soon as he was just far enough that he wouldn't burn, went back to sleep. In the snow, just chilling there. He was warm, to be fair. He had a fire behind him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was fine. But
he wasn't going to catch to him because there was snow on the ground, so I guess.
This is fucking insane. What is... what? How does this story end? Like, the fuck is up with this guy?
You know, how does this story end?
What if you don't know, Carl?
Okay, no, I do know. Okay. Yeah,
okay. Okay.
We're not too far from it now. Okay. So
I really
okay.
can't wait to find out how this ends.
So after leaving then, he saw into the distance and he saw a light and he was like, oh, another camp. Let's take two. Let's ride to it. Go inside, see what's going on. The problem was, as he was going towards the light, it didn't seem like it was getting any nearer, which makes sense because it was the North Star. So,
oh my God, he was just running north as fast as he could for hours.
Yeah, basically.
He's already in like Germany, Russia area, and he's just legging it at the Arctic Circle like a fucking loon.
Well, yeah. So which way would that be? That would be. Oh yeah, he'd be more likely going towards Russia in that case as well.
Yeah. Utter fucking weird champion, man. Like,
But he
a king among men.
An exceptionally lucky guy as well, because even doing that, he still managed to eventually find a German camp, found a friendly German camp. The problem was, as he went in, realised there was nobody there, so they'd left it. But not only had they left it, they'd booby-trapped it also.
Shit.
Something he realised when he stepped on a mine that proceeded to shred his leg and foot to pieces. Oh yeah.
That's not what you want.
And then all of a sudden, he carried on looking around, opened the door, got blown up as the door opened, blown across like however far, and got blasted into a ditch. Just chilled there for a week. Just chilled there for a week, lying there.
Still messed out of his head. Who knows?
Yeah, he was messed the whole time. Yeah, he was messed out of his head. Stayed there for a week, but he was alive, you know. He did eat stuff. He ate a lot of snow, and at one point, he managed to get a bird. Don't know how he got it, but he ate that, and there wasn't any fire, so he just ate it raw.
Oh my God, what is wrong with this man?
I told you, the meth.
He's powered by it, though, Carl. Meth to that extent would kill any normal man, but not this person.
This is the craziest part.
Apparently just powered by meth.
I wonder if it's because they've got like naff all in their system, and they're also super cold. Because you remember that story about the woman who didn't breathe for like 80 minutes, and it's like, you should be dead, but because she was so cold,
like, face down in the fucking snow.
Yeah, she had her head stuck in the frozen lake.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
But because she was so cold, she was able to keep going. I wonder if it's anything to do with that, you know.
I mean, it could be.
I don't know. Fuck knows, man. This has all been like, you know, it's all been like fully, what's the word? You know, like,
vetted.
Yeah. This is like the documents on it. There's been like interviews with different people, like one of those things. They showed something on the video I was watching.
So how does it end? What actually happens to this man?
Well, it's still about to end here. We're in the last little bit. He eventually, what was it? Yeah, he was keeping him sweet. He eventually left the ditch and strapped his feet to his skis, because obviously one was falling apart, and carried on. But then, on the way, he was then attacked by a fecking wolverine.
Fucking hell, man. Yep. What is wrong?
Yep. It gets better. Freaking Wolverine. So I don't actually know exactly what a Wolverine looks like, but I know the character, and I know he's based on a Wolverine.
Really, really fucking ridiculously angry badger.
I was just thinking that you could say badger.
So fucking aggressive, and they have really sharp teeth, and they are not happy to see you.
Well, this basically turned into a fight from the Grey. You know, that's all like look at that one fight. I don't think you ever actually see it actually.
Yeah.
What's another good one where you're fighting a beast? Is there a film where they box the Loch Ness Monster?
I don't know, but that'd be good.
Porno.
It's a good idea. Write that one down.
Yeah. Well, the fight just went over ages anyway, basically. Up until the point that he snapped out of his hallucination and realised he was beating up a tree.
What the fuck? It wasn't even a Wolverine. He was just attacking a tree.
He had hallucinated the whole thing.
What? What the fuck?
He carried on after his long fight, which he was there for a while doing. And collapsed into the snow. And he would hallucinate as he bobbed in and out, apparently. But that's where he was done. You know, well, I don't know. We say that he might have got up after a bit of time again. He was in a place for a week, but it didn't matter. He was found by his people. Finnish soldier, so he might have been Finnish or German. I think it was Finnish that found him anyway.
Yeah. The Finnish. I think the Finnish might have actually. Might well have.
Oh, okay, yeah. They found him because they were walking around, and all they could hear from somewhere out in the forest, in the snow, was a load of babbling voices, incoherent stuff. Because somebody be like, blah, 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 that kind of stuff, hallucinating crazy shit, talking whatever they were talking.
Oh my god, that is so fucking lucky. Like,
Eventually, he was then taken to hospital.
Imagine being out in the wilderness in the fucking snow and just happened to be found. Like, fucking hell.
It wasn't quite over yet, though, still. Because on the way to the hospital, that group of Finnish soldiers, one of them stepped on a landmine, and something about they had to get him to the hospital first because he was one of them. And the only way they could do it was they had to take Aimo back out, lying back down on the floor, and be like, we promise you, we're going to have to take him to the hospital, and then we'll come back for you in a few days.
Oh my god.
He survived that somehow. They went back a few days later. Like they said, he was still alive in the same place, still alive. What was it? They took him back to. Then they took him to hospital. His right foot was described as a mixture of grated flesh and splinters.
Oh,
how little he ate resulted in him only weighing about 94 pounds.
Fucking hell!
2 weeks after he took the Pelverton, he was still high, with a heartbeat at 200 beats per minute.
What?
60 to 100 is the average, apparently. So over double the maximum for the average his heart was going at.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
He basically he has got the distinction as the only soldier to have survived a complete meth overdose behind enemy lines.
That's fucking insane.
It's amazing, mate.
That's fucking insane. Like 2 fucking weeks of being fucking off your face on meth. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this story as well had to be at least like what 4? No, there was a week when he was there. There was like a few days there. It's probably about 2 weeks is most of this story, isn't it? Actually, then. Yeah, and he didn't die though, from the sounds of it.
Fucking Jesus.
That's just crazy that your body could deal with that, like that your heart could deal with it as well.
I'm not sure mine could really.
I know mine couldn't. Most people's couldn't. That's the thing. He must have been like a specimen, when he was doing this. I mean, he was like the leader of a German unit, and they were all about that stuff, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they probably had steroids too, for example.
What's your heartbeats ever been when it's resting?
I don't know. I've got quite a low heartbeat, I think. I did it. I think I'm nearer to like the 60 and that, and the 70, because I remember doing it at the gym, and I was on the bike, but I only just started. I remember doing it, and it was 75 or 70.
Yeah.
But I'd done a little bit, but not too much.
I remember when I was at my largest, when I was like just after uni and stuff like that, I had a heart rate of about 100.
Okay. So the high end, but at least
the high end, but it's not good, right? And then
I assume not.
Yeah, by the time I'd finished going to the gym, it was 50.
Too low.
I'd literally cut it in half, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like anything to do as well with, because it's really hard to measure your heart as well. Because whenever my mum has it done, there was like, your heart's beating really fast. We need to check this and that. But I know, like she does as well, because she's very anxious too, but she's also very energetic when she's talking to people.
Yeah.
The mixture of the anxiety before, but then the excitement, like she's very animated like me, more so than me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like that makes the heart go up, but at the same time, when she chills, like if you do it again, it's a lot lower.
Yeah.
So it's a hard thing, isn't it, though, sometimes to actually measure.
It definitely can be, but yeah, I don't know. I just keep obsessing about the fact that I'm out of shape, and it upsets me.
I keep obsessing about, look, as we said before, think about getting older and that, turning 30. Everything happens constantly. You're like, oh, is this the thing that's going to kill me? No, okay, I'm alive still.
There was something.
I woke up again.
Yeah, there's something I saw. No, I heard it was on a podcast, and it's like after 30 years old, you get, in computer game terms, you get a new debuff every single year, and it stacks. It's like,
I don't know.
Oh, now your knee doesn't work. Oh, now your foot feels painful. Oh, okay. Now you can't breathe well. Oh, now you've lost a tooth. Oh, now your nose is fucked. Oh, now you can't see as well. It's like, oh, fuck off and eat a dick. Let me fucking live.
Some things you get early though, like it was in my family that every boy by the time he gets to like a certain age, like between like year 4 and 7 kind of thing,
Yeah.
ends up needing glasses. My son Max, the oldest one, doesn't want to admit it, but I caught him the other day when they were at mine playing a game and that, and I was like, he asked me like, what does he have to do? And I was like, just read it, man. It tells you right there. And he's like,
Oh, nah, there we go. Yeah.
He's got glasses. That's the thing. He just never brings them. And I'm like, yeah, but you just forget them, don't you?
Yeah.
I have to get him some cool glasses though.
Yeah, get some cool glasses,
Yeah.
man. That's the thing. It's like
He's a
everyone's like,
suave
oh,
kid.
like, yeah, kids like need to have glasses they actually fucking like. Otherwise, they're not going to want to wear their fucking glasses. It's as simple
Exactly,
as
yeah.
fucking that. I mean, come on.
It's a scary
It's
thing,
something
though,
that
man.
someone wears every single day.
Exactly, it's such an
literally
important
a part
thing.
of their look. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
got to be something they like.
Yeah, it's gotta be larger than life. I want some glasses. I need to look over there with my eyes. It's gotta be sharp and it's gotta be tough and focused enough for my eyes.
For his eyes.
Oh man, it's weird though. Like thinking back, like now as well, like because he's at school and that, like secondary school, and like it makes you think about your secondary school experiences. It's a scary thing.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
have a particularly good time at school because my whole system was primary, high school, sixth form out. You know,
So I'm guessing high school is secondary school.
yeah, high school included secondary school and then also sort of the upper end of the school as well, all in one.
What? So for me, there's only like primary, which is like junior school, primary, junior, and then secondary school, which is like year 7 to year 11.
Yeah, that's what we called it. It's just high school, but
yeah,
there
and
was
after that you'd have like college and stuff.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It was integrated with sixth form in this one, so it was like,
oh yeah, so you had its own one.
Yeah.
Got ya.
You know, it was all right. Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. You know,
I love after going to because I went to a boys' school, obviously. So after doing that and then going to college in a mixed class, I was like, "Whoa, I like this."
Yeah. It was always mixed where I went. It was just I don't know. I just when you don't know what it is that you know that makes you at that age, it's so fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, everyone's like, "Oh, you're really funny," and it's like, "Yeah, but I don't know how to actually actively use that in any way. I'm just kind of funny." And like that's if you are young and you're watching this, and people just keep telling you, "Oh yeah, you're kind of funny," and it's like, yeah, but when does it start getting better? Trust me, it does. It genuinely does start getting better.
Just ignore his negative rant at the beginning, though. You know.
Yeah, but it takes a while, and school is not where you're gonna fucking win, because you know what makes you funny? Being quirky and interesting and thinking about things in a slightly different way, and that is exactly what you don't want to do in high school. That is exactly what everyone doesn't want you to do. They want you to all be exactly the same and be into exactly the same music and exactly the same things. Yeah, everyone, teachers and the kids for the most part as well.
I suppose, because they're making out like their thing's the best, so they say you should listen to theirs. Okay, I got ya.
Fucking bullshit, all of it. Don't listen to a single fucking word. Do whatever you like. Do the subjects that you're fucking interested in, and come out the other side with something that benefits you. It's like university. Don't fucking go to university unless there's something that you want to learn that you can only learn there. It's got nothing to do with the job you're going to do afterwards. It's about you and how you want to develop your skills for whatever may come later.
I think in junior school, it's just chill and do the stuff. In secondary school, you have to think a bit more. But I think the most important thing, which is still to me when I was growing up, is like, do the exams, do all the stuff you're supposed to do, but don't stress out about it. It's not the end of the world. Like, and it's not going to make a big issue when you leave, because nothing I learned in school, none of that's helped me with what I've been doing. Like, the only thing, secondary school, the key little things you had to get to carry on so I could go and do media and that, sure, but
well, the one thing I was shouting at the top of my lungs in the car this morning after having to fucking lift up the lid and spray Easy Start into the fucking air intake again. Like, I was just shouting at the top of my lungs in the car driving along. Why the fuck wasn't there a mechanics course when I was a kid? And I don't mean one that you elect later on. I mean, when you are a kid at primary school, they start teaching you how, well, whatever one. This is how you start fixing cars. This is how you start fixing this. This is how you make
a great thing, yeah.
It'd be so fucking useful to have a fucking group of mechanically literate people out there when they come to driving their fucking cars.
And it'd be so easy to do as well, because people might be thinking, hearing that, like, well, you haven't got the teachers for that and stuff. You don't need them. Like, you take them to, like, you do something with, like, well, I don't think a driving instructor might be a mechanic necessarily.
No, but you don't need that. Well, a driving instructor or something like that. But whoever
a mechanic.
Is for that time, no, but yeah, whatever. Like,
what's like a mechanic, but not a driving instructor?
Yeah, but I mean for later on as well, like when you are actually going to start bringing him into the cars and stuff. It's like, you can, but you also need to bring road safety in as well. This is the other point I was going to make. You do need to have someone there to teach kids, right, this is how you act in a fucking car. Because the amount of people out there, and you know who the fuck you are, you can't fucking drive. Stop it. Stop it. Go learn how to fucking drive. Learn what the rules of the road are, and then start using it again. Until then, you're banned, and you know who you fucking are.
Yeah, I know who they are too.
Yeah, well, everyone knows. Everyone knows them. They say it behind their back. We're saying it behind your back.
And to be fair, if you're both in cars and you were saying it face to face, then that's going to end up in a crash.
Exactly, and
that's not good.
No one wants that.
No one wins in a game of chicken.
No.
Except the chicken.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going to fucking go after that then. Fucking, yeah, I like the school stuff though. I enjoyed all that, and yeah, I think the most important thing though is just
I wasn't very popular, Carl. That's the problem.
I wasn't that much until like nearer the end.
Yeah, no, not even then.
I think the main thing I kind of realized, like, one of the most important things that's kind of led on now. That's the thing. In like the first 3 years, I would be someone that would get like randomly hit by one of the bigger guys walking past, or not say anything.
Yeah, no, I've never got anything like that.
There was a lot of random shit like that. Like people would walk around and just like stab you with a compass in my school.
Yeah, no.
Like everyone.
No, if people did that, I tended to. I wasn't that stable. So someone tried to punch me at one point, and I broke their fucking nose.
I was gonna say, this is the thing you need to do. The only thing you really need to do is just show people that you're not someone that's gonna be pushed around. That's bled into me now naturally, because like I said, I have far too much pride in the sense that as soon as someone says something, I can't help it. But like,
yeah,
can't help but stick up for myself now. Because I never used to do that much growing up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like high school. Lots of people at high school didn't like me or even register that I existed.
Would you have been someone that Andrew Tate wouldn't have been a fan of?
Yeah, it's like yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, it's always that thing though. It's like, because I got to the end of the yearbook and everyone had put in, obviously, most likely to see, most funny. And obviously most funny is never the person who's actually fucking funny.
No.
It's just hot who all the girls like.
I never had that. Like I'm saying, there was never any of that for me because of boys.
Oh, there was all that. Yeah. Yeah, there was all that in the fucking, in my sixth form. But
yeah.
It's that thing, man. It's like, if no one expects anything of you, you can do something fucking ridiculous because everyone's like, "Oh no, we're not. You don't need to. We're not pushing you in any direction." It's like, motherfucker, I know who I am now. It didn't take me. I never figured it out when I was in sixth form. I didn't figure it out when in university. I didn't figure it out till I was 28 years old. That what I actually wanted to do was make people laugh for money.
I was probably about the same age, to be fair. You know? 27, 28, something like that. Yeah. I'd already had kids and stuff and still had no idea what I actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I think, like you're saying, like, we're still figuring it out now. You never figure it out completely. We figured out one part.
This is the thing. It's like we've got our heading.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But we don't know which direction we're going to go within that heading. We don't know whether we're going to sort of stop at this little island over here or over here. It's just... It's a journey, and we know our main, like, our heading now. We know what it is we're trying to do.
Just figuring out how to do it is the bitch hole.
We just don't know what's going to happen when we get there. Yeah.
Lots and lots of money. All the money.
Nice. It would be nice to have enough money coming in that I don't have to think about where my food's coming from or how
like
much
Joe
it
Rogan
is.
says, "Fuck you, money."
Yeah.
Could not imagine having that. But sometimes you have money and like being to something. One of the things that's happened recently, like the Logan Paul stuff, you can have loads of money and just make mistake after mistake.
You can have a load of money and also be a cunt.
Yeah, this is the thing. I've always heard about Logan Paul. Never seen much of him, and always just heard the general stuff.
Yeah.
But then seeing him in wrestling and seeing how much he actually, most celebrities that come in, they're half-assed. They're not really trying. You can tell. But every now and then you get the celebrity that comes in and they're trying, they've put the work in, you know, like they're putting themselves at risk as well and doing amazing stuff. Like Logan Paul was probably the best celebrity I've seen come into wrestling.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing, man. Like the one thing he did, for example, I forget who was wrestling now. The guy was laid down on like the announce table outside and he got in the ring, climbed up on the top turnbuckle and held his phone as well and did like one of those live video things that they do.
Oh yeah.
While jumping over and doing a frog splash onto the guy, which is a crazy long leap to do anyway. Not only did he do it perfect, but he kept the camera in the perfect angle the whole time.
Jesus, yeah.
So all of that, I was like, yeah, I kind of like the guy now. But
I do
now,
respect it. But yeah.
I've actually learned a bit about this like NFT Ktwc thing that he's been doing. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I have. And basically, from what I can tell, he's not necessarily trying to fuck people out of money, but he got into bed with a group of developers who did want to fuck a load of people out of money, and it was basically a giant scam. But because Logan Paul was involved in it by this point, he wanted to make money off of it, so he sold it to all of his friends and all of his followers rather.
Everyone.
That's like, this is a great way to to get in on NFTs and also have a good time with a computer game, and it's all completely fine.
Like,
it's not going to be a scam at all. And then, of course, lo and behold, it's a fucking scam.
Yeah, essentially, it's like you buy these NFTs now for a slightly cheaper price, and then when this game comes out, you can swap them in to get more money, and you'll be making money. Then, essentially, it breaks down to, but the ability to open the eggs never came.
Yeah,
despite it being promised over and over.
Oh yeah, fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what happened. But like, you are right though. I mean, in regards to it, he probably didn't go into it purposely doing that with that idea in mind.
Yeah.
Should have thought about it a bit more, though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But that's not what that guy does.
No.
You know, that guy is just a breathing money-making machine. That's all he is.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really care about anything like that. I don't think he's a bad person necessarily.
No, I don't think he's a bad person. You see him on the podcast, you can tell he's not a bad person.
Yeah,
you can tell when someone is.
He's got way too much money and he has not got enough people saying no around him. It's as simple as that.
I watched him, one of his podcasts he did with Bobby Lee on the when he had him on the Impulsive.
Yeah.
And one thing I got from Logan Paul at that time was like he was trying to explain to Bobby as well why he's like afraid to say anything because he gets jumped on with like everything he says or does.
Yeah.
Because of all the stupid shit he's done in the past.
Yeah.
Like he acknowledges that. But then he says all that thing and you're like, oh, okay, you have a bit of like, I kind of appreciate that and I feel for him, that he's getting attacked all the time, basically. And then this comes out. I'm like, oh, well,
yeah,
maybe there's a reason why you're getting attacked about things. Maybe you need to think about yourself rather than other people and why they're saying this.
Yeah, maybe stop worrying about the fact that people are interpreting me as a bad person and maybe stop doing bad actions.
Yeah, because if you do something where you're being interpreted as a bad guy, let them make a dick out of themselves and it will come out eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
All I'll say there.
What a surprise.
What a shocker. I love that
we never could have predicted.
I love the name of the guy though that did all this with Logan Paul, like put it all out. Coffeezilla. That was the guy.
That's a pretty good
cool name.
Yeah, it's a good name. It's a good name.
It also sounds like the name of somebody that like.
Before I forget,
okay.
Talking about YouTube shit. 3,000 views.
Oh, what on
Jerusalem and Tel Aviv has 3,000 views. Total Jobs has 500 plus views.
What?
Belly's going to get you still as below 200. I don't get that. Belly's going to get you as like one of the most iconic adverts from the 1990s. If you motherfuckers aren't interested in watching a decent, funny breakdown of one of the most iconic adverts that's ever been made, I've got another one on the idea as well of what to do next. Have you seen those weird AI adverts that are coming up at all? Because you have YouTube Premium, you probably haven't seen them.
No, true, yeah. No, I don't see any of the adverts.
Yeah, that's I
making me sound like a bit of a snob there too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you got YouTube Premium.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
That's exactly how you said it. I think.
What was I saying? Yeah, no. I've forgotten. Carl.
My trucker. You on about? Oh shit! What were you saying now? What did I even interrupt you by saying?
Oh.
Fuck! What did I interrupt you with as well? Fucking hell!
Oh, that's gone.
We can get this. Hold on, we can get
that's
this.
Solid gone, man.
We're talking about Logan Paul and all that.
YouTube. Yeah,
YouTube.
That's it.
Yeah,
the
advert, the AI advert. The AI advert.
The AI advert. Now, it's fucking weird because it's like this thing on your phone where it's like, hi, I want to be your companion. And it's like an AI fucking generated conversation with an avatar lady that you can dress up to look however you want. And it's like, and I'll be there to talk to you whenever you want. Feel real love. It's like, it's not real love.
Whoa.
It's a fucking simulation that is sitting there trying to get as many pieces of information out of you as possible so they can sell it to someone else. It's not a fucking girlfriend, digital or not. It's just a fucking information hose going from your asshole to the companies that want it.
It's like there's some AI, what are they called? Influencers and stuff on like Instagram and TikTok and all that.
Motherfuckers.
Which I need to join TikTok and all that. As much as I don't want to, I need to because I've seen the numbers that you can get on it, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm gonna have to tuck some tick. I'm gonna make you tick some tucks too.
I've got some.
Oh, okay.
Got some ideas of what I should do for TikToks, but I just.
I should start doing like one every time I do a podcast with someone, like try and get some little thing to put on, like, you know, maybe as a little idea. Like, yeah, advertising the next one coming up as well. You know, I could do that with them at the time.
Yeah, it's a good idea. That is a genuinely good idea. Yeah.
You know what I'm doing now as well, actually, before I forget as well, because for anyone watching this, and I'm sure our audience definitely, for anybody listening, anybody watching, I'm sure our audience definitely are into Love Island as well. They must be.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
So it's just started again, and what I'm doing now to jump on and steal their numbers.
Cool.
I'm doing like a Love Island. Every couple of days, I'll talk about what's happened or do like a little reaction to when we're watching it to me and Mom, and then talk about it every few days. You know,
I get that vibe.
I'm going to try and steal the numbers. You know, use their advertising.
I like that idea,
and I'm sure
it's smooth.
And then for anybody that doesn't want to actually watch Love Island, but is interested in what happened in an honest way, not saying, oh, this person was talking about their love, saying, this fucking idiot thinks she's in love with somebody she met 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Do you want an honest opinion about what's going on in Love Island? Come to me.
It's amazing how quickly someone can fall in love when money's on the line, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, that is weird.
It's surprising.
The winner of last year's Love Island has now just started on Dancing on Ice. You know, it's funny as well. You know Joey Essex?
Yeah.
I wonder if Joey Essex is known in like America and that. I can't imagine he
Joey
is.
Essex.
Oh, he's hilarious though. He's an idiot.
No, I hate Joey Essex. I come from Essex, and basically he does not get to take that title. He just doesn't. He doesn't get to take that title, Carl, and I refuse it to him.
I mean, I think I'd rather be seen as being like Joey Essex than like the posh side of like, what is it, like Made in Chelsea? Are they the posh ones?
Yeah, fuck those guys too. But but that guy does not get to claim Essex.
That's just his name though as well. That's the weird part.
I refuse it. I refuse it, Carl. I refuse it. I fucking refuse it. That guy
I don't
does not
understand.
Get to be that.
I always find him funny.
The embodiment of Essex.
But the thing is though as well, he is like irresistible to ladies. Like ladies really like him to the point.
Why though? He looks so fucking weird. He looks like a fucking character, a colour swapped Guile.
Do you know how
Street Fighter?
You know how like Strictly and Dance No Nice, they're always looking for the couples, the celebrity and the dancer, to get together because it's good for TV, it's good for storylines, ratings. Joey Essex, his person that he was with, I forget her name now, before they'd even started, before the first episode the other day, it was reported that they had started seeing each other now. They confirmed it on the show.
For fuck's sake, Jesus
You
Christ.
understand that he's like, that's fucking quicker than anyone else. Like Joey Essex is irresistible, apparently.
Why though?
I don't know.
What is it about women that makes them think that Joey Essex is a good person to go?
Maybe they feeling smart compared to him.
You know what? You're not wrong.
Yeah,
Probably.
something to do with that.
I mean, that sounds about right.
And he's a good-looking guy as well. You can't take that away from him.
I mean, he's not bad looking.
He's got the money. He's got like veneers as well now. I think that's what people like.
He's got what?
Veneers. Because naturally, everybody in England, we have so regularly have such bad teeth that they now not only just do normal dental stuff, but they have like basically like what would you compare it to? Okay, like a tough implant thing where it kind of looks like you got two white bars. Like, I tell you what.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the sort of they're not actual like replacement teeth, but it's like a glued on front piece.
Yeah, like they've made it look I don't know what they.
That's such a fucking American thing as well. I hate that so much. Also, if you don't have fucking good teeth, just putting a fucking fake fucking set of teeth over the front of them isn't gonna fucking help. Like, look at my teeth, they're shit. They're shit, but they're mine.
I'm still waiting for my dental thing. It's apparently, I think I told you this, like 5 to 7 years. Some people have had to wait for stuff.
Seems like an awfully long time to wait for something
that's
literally what you eat and talk and breathe through.
Yeah, it's almost like it's an issue if you've got stuff wrong, and then every time you eat, every now and then you slightly choke because you can't chew it.
That seems like that would be a problem. That does
yeah. It's weird, that isn't it?
Yeah, weird, real weird. Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man. That's the NHS for you, though. There's a lot more strikes that are coming up as well, I think now.
More strikes, including teacher strikes. That's gonna be fun. Bunch of load of kids on the fucking streets. Yeah.
When is that supposed to be? Do you know?
Not far off. They're planning it already.
See if I can get my little people on that day then if they're not going to be in school.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. Their mom definitely won't want to be around them.
Oh wow! Oh, a little bit of a glimpse into the life there, Carl. A little bit of a glimpse. Man.
I mean, I get it, to be fair, though. Being around, like, I'm saying from a point of view of wanting to be around them because I don't get to be around them enough. She's on a point of view of she's always around
them all day. And
exactly.
Which is why it doesn't make sense if she's got an opportunity to hand them off to you for a bit, well, she wouldn't fucking do it. But there we go.
Because she would rather put herself through a bit of effort if it means making me feel a bit shit, basically.
That's impressive level of dedication.
It's impressive, yeah. To be fair, it's impressive. I'll give her that. The commitment, you know.
Yeah.
So you can say many things about Hitler, but you can't say he wasn't organised.
In a lot of ways, it's impressive. It's quite nice that she cares that much.
Yeah, just as one thing I said to her, like, you shouldn't care this much. You shouldn't care about my feelings at all like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is the things you don't get, but whatever. This is not the time or the place. Oh, did you see? I don't know when this happened, but I only saw it like yesterday yesterday before I went to sleep. And I've been asleep most of today, so it felt like it was earlier. The thing about because they found classified documents, didn't they, in Trump's house?
Like, oh yeah, once they just fucking photocopied.
Yeah, Trump. Is that Trump you're on about?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like a good month ago or something now at least.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah.
Did you hear the recent one though as well? Since that, they've done the same thing now, found classified documents, but at Biden's residence.
Oh, for fuck's sake! People stop taking classified documents to unclassified locations.
But don't worry, as Biden told a group of reporters, don't worry, it was next to my Corvette in a locked garage. It was fine.
Yeah, that's what top secret means.
That's what top secret means. I can't remember, there was more to it then from that bit, but I forgot how he worded it. Like,
yeah, but
it's so funny to go
do
and
we need
watch.
to know
Like,
much more when it's Biden being a fucking numbskull?
just him explaining it in bit by bit, everything he says, they're like, oh, so you're saying that, you know, it was in this garage or it's just been next to a car, you know, like just behind one locked door. Like him, just everything he said, he was giving away more.
It's not that bad. It was behind a locked door, and there was a big light in front of it that illuminated it, and it was inside a glass cabinet, and it said, "Warning: Do not touch, top secret."
I touched it.
And then I took a photo of it and I sent it out to all my friends.
Oh fucking hell. Like it happened as well. That was when it was from was when he was vice president. So was that Obama? He was vice president
Yeah.
So even then he was forgetting about classified documents he'd taken home. Even back then, at the nicest way. I don't know what they were about. I don't think they were of any importance from what I've seen. You know.
Well,
we don't know.
What there's a vast gap of what is and isn't important in the American government, and it seems to swing from vastly unimportant to extraordinarily important, with nothing in between. But the weirdest part is that for the vast majority of it, all of the stuff isn't that important. Because that's politics.
It's important to the person that's making money from it.
Exactly.
That's what politics is. Like oh man, as I've said to you many times, like I just do not trust the system at all now. I still don't see anything changing. No. Like, and that's both ways too. Same with America. I think it's the same everywhere, really. I'm sure America have got other strikes and stuff going on as well, like we do. Because they've been affected they've been affected just as much by the cost of living thing as well. Well, you know, like with the Russia gas
not as much
yet,
but they will be. Yeah, we had a bit of an extra kick in the teeth because of the whole Brexit thing, but
we relied on them more as well. I think, because I know we got like I think it was like 70% or something got by gas from Russia, and like 50 or 40% of our electric came from the gas as well that we used to make the electric or something like that. We had a big dependency on them, so yeah. It's so weird though when you look at a map and then you look at the globe, you don't realize how close like America and Russia are.
Yeah, they're surprisingly close because you think like there's this big gap between them, or China or something, but China's actually below Russia.
Yeah,
you know.
When I see that like classic flat map thing, I always look at it and I assume, well, I know that like most of the world is like covered in water and that.
Yeah.
You know, so like this must be one part, and then the back of it is just all water. Then you know, it goes all the way around, and it's just
like
one part
of it.
Like
a slightly broken up Pangea.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was watching something as well about what was it now? It was talking about the water erosion on the Sphinx.
That's fascinating. Yeah, in the Joe Rogan thing, where it's like, oh yeah, no, actually, the Egyptians were around for a fuck sight longer than anyone even expected.
Yeah.
They were probably using other people's old shit anyway.
they were pre-Egyptian, basically. The Sphinx is supposed to be the idea. Yeah. That it's older than he thinks, because it must be older than a certain point, because the water erosion shows that it must have been when that area was like a forest,
like
and that
a forest, which it hadn't been for thousands of years before the Egyptians were a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So interesting, man.
It really is.
Kind of stuff.
It also weirdly adds a bit of extra credence to that film 10,000 BC.
No, it doesn't. No,
it does, because that is literally about a group of fucking like high advanced people in the Stone Age era who had like a big empire and stuff, and they were taking other Stone Age people and putting them in as slaves and shit during that time in that same area, making pyramids. Motherfucker, that is now historically accurate. 10,000 BC. Congratulations, you're now a university degree.
I thought that like that had like dinosaurs running around too. Is that not the case?
No, well, yeah, they did fluff a bit of like what was available around at the time that was trying to hunt them, but you gotta let them have a bit. You gotta let them have a bit.
Yeah, let them have a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
You're going a bit crazy with it, sure. I'm okay with that. A little bit of artistic licensing.
Yeah, fucking yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's especially interesting though, all that stuff though, when you look at the whole Atlantis thing. That's very interesting.
Atlantis.
Like, you say it and people assume that means like an actual city that's still running underwater, secretly going about there. That's not what it is. It's just another part of a land somewhere that broke off like many other places do.
And became submerged.
Yeah, submerged.
Yeah.
And from the looks of it as well, they've even worked out where it could be in regards to, because of this, I forget where it was now. 2 places that at the moment, because of how it works out and the water's going up, they're on 2 separate islands that are like hugely separated.
Yeah.
But like back then it was like, with the water down, there's actually like a big connecting thing, something like that.
Yeah, land bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fairly common thing. It's like it was to do with Australia, I think it was as well, or some of the areas around there. Like they would have had to go enormous distances, but actually there is a little bit of a land bridge, and it doesn't go all the way, but it gets them so much closer to sort of the mainland that's where they sort of crossed over from the mainland into Australia, and then vice versa. Yeah.
Have you seen the I was trying to remember where it is, like the one place I looked at, because in the original Plato description he was talking about, because I can't remember the timings, but he was told from like a separate priest or something, or pharaoh, whatever it was back then. But it was like the eccentric circles with like millions of people in it basically, and they found like an area that kind of fits exactly where it was talked about, the area with the circles as well. You can kind of see the ridges, and it's the right size and all that. So it might have been where it stood, basically at one point. But everything, because of what would have, like the wave that would have come from it, from another flooding, which I think it merges in somewhere with the Younger Dryas is the idea. It fits into the Younger Dryas event.
Yeah.
And basically it would have just swept everything from, so there wouldn't be, like, people have said, well, if that was the area, where are the houses, where are the little bits, they're like, no, it got demolished like by a wall of shit.
Because the idea is literally that a giant fucking barrier, a natural barrier, broke and eroded and let an entire fucking sea loose over a land. It's like, do you have any idea how many billions of tons of water that is?
Exactly. That's the belief, like what they would have thought. But when you actually look at it, the Younger Dryas, all that happened, and then the floodwaters drastically going up. The seawaters drastically going up within the space of like hours or days or something.
Yeah.
So they assumed probably something broken it happened, But what probably happened more so, it just rose to a point that then, like all this water was just naturally going to come to them. So it's got this sudden like downpour of like water and that, just sweeping through.
Yeah.
And it could have been something smashed too to make it even more so.
No, that's the thing. I think there's various things about it. It's like, because there was, I don't know exactly what it was, but there was sort of a stretch of land that was very, very thin between 2 sections of water, or a section of water, and between the other part. And it's I can't remember exactly what it was, but
it sounds like what I was thinking of earlier.
Yeah, and it literally the thing is, it's like anything. Once the water starts going over the top of something, it starts to erode it, and then it goes quicker and quicker and quicker, and then there's more water and more water and more water and more water and more, until the point where it just becomes a literal torrent of huge amounts of water just barreling towards you.
Have you seen like does with that kind of idea, there's like because of all the evidence to show that these floods probably did happen, because you got all the, obviously, the stories like Noah's Ark and all these other ones that they found. Like every civilization's got like their own version.
There's Sumerian ones of it. There's Chinese ones of it. It's all over.
They found evidence of the Chinese one as well, apparently now.
Yeah.
Like very recently.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's a cool. Like there's these giant bits. I can't remember where they are, but it's from a different one. And it's like this whole desert thing you can see, and you can just see these giant, like, how when water goes along something and it dries up, and you get like those cracks in the dirt or something, or not in the dirt, like the kind of wavy lines that you see, like when water comes onto a beach and then goes back down, you get like wavy lines left sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
Giant versions of that, like in this desert, so it shows that happened, but on a much bigger scale, obviously.
That's fucking horrible.
So it shows like the idea of this massive amount of water coming through.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can see the tracks left still.
Fucking
They've been like
hell.
embedded into the area now.
Yeah.
And
Jesus
and
Christ.
also the salt that's found there kind of confirms it was seawater.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fucking amazing, man.
It's pretty fucking crazy. I mean, just the thing is, we think everyone likes to think of the world as this stationary thing, but it is not. It is constantly moving. It is constantly changing, and at any moment, a truly earth-ending thing could happen. It's like literally that was the first thing I did on this podcast. Was I talked about lava basalts and things like that.
Oh
Flood basalts.
yeah.
That can happen at any fucking time.
Hmm.
The Earth can just create a bubble of magma that is so hot that it goes to the top of the surface and just starts creeping through every single piece of the Earth like a fucking
That's crazy. Yeah.
a really nasty spot coming through the surface.
I
But it
thought that
just
was-
keeps going and going and going and melts the entire fucking planet into a fucking
What just
extinction
it just
event.
keeps going and going. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Literally, it's like 5,000 years of like a third of the planet on fire. That's it.
Huh?
Well, it wasn't 5,000. It was 500 or something. It was 500 years of the planet being on fire.
What was?
The flood basalt.
Yeah, I'm lost now. Were we talking about a particular event or?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it wasn't just one event; it was multiple events, and they've happened throughout history quite often. One of
Okay.
the largest ones created Siberia. That is what Siberia is. It is a
Okay.
giant flood basalt just left over from volcanic activity.
I wonder if that's anything to do with what I was going to say as well, because it's kind of just inside the Earth as well. Like, have you heard like that every certain thousands of years or something, the poles switch, the magnetic poles, they switch.
Yeah,
It just happens.
that's been threatened for a long time, and people have been worried about it for a while.
We're
Nothing-
overdue. We are overdue.
Yeah, we're massively overdue. We're also overdue for Yellowstone.
I've heard
we're
that they think
overdue
Yellowstone
for-
might not be what we think it is anymore. Like it might not be the extinction, the huge thing it's going to be. Read something like
well,
that.
it's definitely gone off before. We've got definite proof that it's gone off before. The question is it reducing activity or is it
Yeah.
getting more active?
And also, if it does go off, maybe think in the future, why did we build a city around a volcano?
It's a very good question. It's a very, very good question.
Yeah.
Although, admittedly, like I was saying with a flood basalt, it doesn't really matter. It could
Well, I
happen.
mean,
It could happen in jolly old England. It literally could just start bubbling out of the fucking ground around us and be like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
everyone go on to the other side of the planet and hope that we don't die." Yeah,
Get in the water. Oh no, that's boiling. Okay.
yeah, okay, yeah, we're fucked. Cool.
I'd rather, take the chance on the ground like anywhere else. I haven't got a choice about that. Rather than a place that's got a giant hole waiting for it to blow through.
That's true. Although the fucked up thing about a flood basalt as well is it moves.
Yeah. Well, lava, you would expect
Yeah.
lava to move like.
But this is the thing. It's not really moving. It's just that its magnetic force is being held in one position, and the crust of the Earth is moving over the top of it.
Oh.
So this
Okay.
little bubble of heat is just like the crust is gradually moving around. It's
Yeah,
just going bubble
and
through
it's just
here
staying.
and bubble through here and bubble through here.
That's so weird.
Yeah, normal volcanoes do that as well. Believe it or not, normal volcanoes. That's why you get like island chains of volcanoes because they sort
Yeah.
of leave a trail behind them.
I
Of
mean,
like
like the
little
Ring of
bits of-
Fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow. I never knew. No, that's just so weird as well. Just think.
Yeah.
I think I must have not exactly understood what you were talking about with the lava basalts
Yeah,
before because
yeah.
I don't remember any of this. I remember
Yeah.
seeing them. I remember like when you said it, I could see the thing.
Yeah.
But I just remembered it being like lava that just, like you said more at the beginning, like that just comes through out of nowhere kind of thing.
It does. It just sort of crisps out the ground in huge quantities, like
Oh, okay.
ridiculous quantities.
That might have been where I got lost.
Because
Well,
a Yellowstone type explosion, like the super volcano, the
Yeah, the
extinction
idea,
level event
yeah.
that everyone talks about. Yeah, that would. It's about 100,000 times smaller.
What?
In volcanic activity, it's
The
about
basalt.
100,000. Yeah, it's
Okay.
about 100,000 times smaller than a basaltic flow. The thing is,
Oh, so Yellowstone's less. Okay.
But see, the thing is about Yellowstone is it's one big explosion. It's a
yeah.
Whilst a flood basalt just keeps melting the ground for hundreds of years.
Obviously, it's going to be a more powerful explosion and shit in that one moment when it does it. But once that's it, that's done.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah. So the difference between a male orgasm and a female orgasm.
Very
For us, in that one moment, banging, awesome,
brilliant, yeah.
Great. But then it's done, one and done. You have to cock another one in the chamber.
Yeah.
Wordplay. But for them, they going and going bit by bit. Even if they want to up it and create more lava basalt, they can.
Yeah, they can.
Going and going.
Yeah.
I think we got fucked in that side of things.
I think we did, but
know,
we get to run the world, so
we do. We get to run the world. We get to be funny as well.
Yeah.
Do they all know ain't no ladies
we get to know
funny?
How to drive.
You know, I probably shouldn't make jokes like that actually too much because when I was talking to Ems on the podcast, hasn't come out yet. She pointed out to me at the beginning with the intro, it's like, just so you know, you haven't got a single female on your intro. Like, no, I don't, do I?
That's like, pretty bad.
With the exception of Leanne, I haven't had any other girls on. But because, as I said to her at the time, I was like, but I think it's also fair to say there are just less girls in the comedy scene.
It's accurate.
There are.
There's a hell of a lot more dudes.
I've had plenty of girls on the quiz off though, so it kind of writes itself that way.
Yeah, I think that counts. Counts.
Yeah, enough that, don't attack me, ladies. I'm a feminist.
Well,
I'm a feminist. The actual definition of what a feminist is basically we're all feminists, man. Like we get this idea what we think it is.
Do you want someone to be equal to someone else because they're a woman? Yes,
exactly.
I do. Yeah. Well done. You are a feminist.
You're a feminist. That's all it means.
Yeah. Neo-feminism, if you want to refer to it as that, is a different thing entirely.
Oh, feminazis.
Yeah, that whole vibe of, we've got to make men pay reparations, and it's do suck a giant fat one. It's like I've heard people say that men shouldn't have the right to vote because women didn't have the right to vote for a while.
Yeah, what the hell?
Suck
that's so silly.
Fat one. That's
fighting fire with fire.
Idea. Yeah,
it's so silly.
It's like, you were bad to us, so we're going to be bad to you. And what has that ever solved? Well done.
And also, it wasn't us.
No, I had nothing to do with that decision. Yeah. In fact, I'm very much in support of you voting. So how about you just fuck off?
I'm in support of only people that have actually looked into stuff, voting, whether they're ladies or men. Actually,
I think that should be a thing. You should have to, those tests you can do online. It shouldn't have to be anything too hard, but those tests you do online where you can sort of answer all the questions and it goes, you only got this many % wrong. Here are all your answers. And you can find out which ones you got right and you can remember it and go back and do it again.
Yeah.
They need to do that for voting. You have to at least be able to go through a list of different things to do with different political parties and different things that they want
to do. Make sure you're informed about.
Just to make sure they know that you're paying attention.
I don't know if I mean, just to be fair, that would be. I wasn't thinking about it at first, but that would be a good idea for like elections and stuff too, definitely. Yeah. But I was also thinking in my head more so like Brexit. That would have been the way Brexit should have been done.
Really good idea for that. Yeah, it really would have.
So many people were voting without knowing what they were voting for. And even now, a lot of people still don't understand it, like the differences and all that. I'm not saying I do either. Like,
I don't know shit. But that's not the point.
Yeah, that's why we shouldn't have been voting for it.
Exactly. It should never have been a public vote because it wasn't that fucking. Oh my god.
No. I mean, I'm behind having a public vote, but only a public vote when they're, as we said, informed about it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
you can't have true information like equality at this point because. It's controlled by people, and there are people who are more in control of it than others, and they suck.
I was watching, saying in that kind of vein. I was watching somebody the other day where she was complaining. This documentary person was complaining about Joe. No, it wasn't Joe Rogan. Someone else. Because they're like, you can say what you want, but you have to like getting on a big point of insulting this guy because he wouldn't be truthful he wouldn't admit basic truths. He wouldn't say obvious things, you know, like he was just kind of trying to spin things his own way and all this stuff, and he wouldn't be truthful at all.
Yeah.
And then she got really pissy when Joe Rogan said that it's wrong for a female trans athlete that used to be a man is now a woman to fight a woman, you know, non-trans woman.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's not okay.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. And she was making out like him saying that stuff was terrible. I'm like, you want people to be honest, but at the same time, you can't admit that. You're doing exactly what you were just insulting the other guy for.
Yeah. Hang on a second. I'm just going to pause my camera again for a second. Don't worry. All is well.
Okay.
Just keep going. Oh, I've got to sit up a bit. Fucking hell.
I hope they do.
Oh, man.
Did you see the whole Andrew Tate then getting arrested?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
You know my thoughts on Andrew fucking Tate.
I mean, you don't like him?
Dick show who got exactly what he deserved.
I don't think like people are
why would they be coming for me? I'm right here, and if they wanted to come and get me, they would simply come and get me. Would they? Oh, look, they found out where you are, and now they've come and got you.
You know what, though? There's been so much bullshit that's been put out about it, though.
Yeah.
Because I don't like Andrew Tate or anything. I don't highly dislike him. I think, like I said, a lot of it.
I fucking hate that.
I don't. Like, I think a lot of what he says. I think the only reason I don't highly dislike him is I don't believe that he really believes a lot of what he says. I think initially
he probably didn't, but I think the more he's gone down the line, I think the more it becomes sort of part of his personality.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of what my thought process I just went through in my head then.
Yeah.
I was like, because he's become Muslim as well now, because he talked about how obviously the whole, you know, he liked that religion because they're superior
because
to
they
women.
Controlled their women.
Yeah. But did you see the Greta Thunberg thing with it?
Oh yeah. Everyone acted as though she did like the biggest, sickest burn on him. Well, no, she didn't really. She just said he's got a small cock.
Yeah.
I could have said that with about 3 seconds of thought.
Yeah, it's total little dick energy, completely.
Yeah.
But I think something like just what you said, probably you might have heard it then. That he got caught because one of the pictures he put back to her or something, there was pizza boxes in the background, so the police knew he was back in Romania. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true, man. At all. And they also, you know, I'm sure you've heard that they were arrested for sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Not true. Not what they were arrested for.
Okay, what were they arrested for?
They weren't arrested, but they're kind of being held more than anything.
But that's not.
Yeah, I know, but I know
it doesn't make it better.
I don't know how the Romania legal system works. I don't know. He says he likes Romania because it's of how corrupt it is. So God knows.
Yeah, because he can just buy his way out.
I suppose maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Right, but bear with me a second. I'm just going to try something.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna close this for a sec. I'll be back.
Okay,
quickly.
Cool. I will hold off on the next bit of that then. Fell over again.
No, I'm all good.
Oh, I heard him.
Right, hang on. I'm doing next level shit here, Carl.
Oh, that's what you
don't listen.
Taking a shit. Cool.
I am going to mute you because I am about to go for a piss.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming he meant put him on mute, not mute me, because that wouldn't have worked too well if he put me on mute while he was having a piss. Because I'm not the one peeing. Well, you can't hear me peeing anyway. Smart.
Not yet, but if you get into our Patreon subscriptions, then you can hear me and Carl pee whenever you want.
With a second camera aimed directly down here.
Is that your plan? Is that where you're going next with this whole vibe?
You know what? Anyone could do fucking OnlyFans. 100%.
Literally anyone can OnlyFans at this point.
Especially as once you get older, dad bods are appreciated more. Do you know why? Apparently, it's been voted now that women, they did, you know, I say they did a vote, like every woman in the world got together and did a vote.
And decided together, yeah.
Decided this, yeah. But it was one of those magazine things, you know, and they wrote like different things, and they now it's like women apparently after a certain age prefer dad bods more than anything. I can't remember who I was talking to. We were trying to figure out the psychology behind that, like the reasoning why.
Hang on a second. What was it you wanted to say, Bug?
Oh, there's a kitty.
Can you say something? No?
Kitty don't want to talk.
Disappointing.
Yeah, the idea behind it was anyway, though, which makes complete sense to me, is if they're with somebody that isn't like big muscle men, for example, or you know, like really toned people. If you're with one of them, they're going to be constantly doing stuff. They're going to make you feel worse if you're not training as much. If you're
That's true. That is accurate.
I wouldn't want to be with somebody just like doing that kind of stuff all the time too, because it would make you feel worse about yourself if they're constantly doing all this stuff to make themselves look better and you're just not doing anything.
Yeah.
You might be naturally more beautiful anyway or something, you know, or better, but it's still gonna, I could totally see how that would bother someone. It'll bother me.
It would bother me.
Yeah.
You know.
Which you shouldn't do, because I mean, look at me. I'm beautiful.
An absolute Adonis, Carl.
Oh my goodness sake!
Oh, look at this!
Oh, you're going to smoke.
But this was part of what we discussed, really, wasn't it, Carl? We discussed having sort of podcasts from new and interesting locations.
Oh, yeah. Oh God! For anyone just listening, Nathan is fading in and out of the darkness. Oh. No, actually, I'm not going to say that. I was about to say, in a positive way. Oh, a 6-year-old shot his teacher.
What?
We'll go away from that though, because I just realised this, and I just thought I haven't got to speak to you since all this stuff happened. And if you can't hear me, I'll just repeat this in a second. But have you seen the whole Harry stuff, Prince Harry, or the person formerly known as Prince Harry?
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a bit of a weird, Can you hear me?
I feel like you're talking because I can see the thing going on your picture, but I can't hear
Can you seriously not hear me at all?
Well, you know what? There's a chance it might be me. Because I'm playing something on StreamYard and I can't hear it. Oh, God. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Yeah, it was me. It was me the whole fucking time. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. That's all right. That's the way it goes, man.
I feel so bad now because you had to come back as well.
Nah, it's all right. It's all good.
That's crazy. Like, I must have done that during the time when you first went then, because they at my feet, all the cables and that. Well, you know, you've seen the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fucking stupid. Oh, it's very fucking dumb. I'm definitely keeping this part in when I realised. This is staying in.
I mean, that's the thing, though. It's you just don't expect that kind of thing to be the problem.
Yeah, something super simple like that. I only realised because we would have had the same issue again, and I'd been like, "What's going on? Why can't I hear you? It looks like you're talking because I can see the white thing." I'll have to cut into little bits of it now, so that when on the video I realise they'll understand how dumb all the stuff I was saying before was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there's like fucking over 10, like almost 15 minutes of a bit of me saying, like, for example, I can see the same thing going, but you're just not there.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's fucking great.
I
forgot what we was talking about. I think we were still talking about Andrew Tate, weren't we?
We were talking about Andrew Cobra Tate.
Yeah, and what he got arrested for. So apparently he actually got arrested. Him, someone else. No, him, his brother, and someone else, 3 dudes.
Yeah.
Because somebody accused him or someone else, one of them, of rape.
Right.
And yeah, and it's either like they took them all as person of interest because they were just together, or one of them. God knows, but it was apparently to do with one person saying that.
Yeah. Don't worry about me entering the studio. It's just me entering the studio.
I see.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
No, you look comfy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lie on my bed while I do it because even though I've had like good sleep like this, I'm not tired or anything. But
Yeah.
you'd see the mess.
Oh, there's mess everywhere. I'm just very, very carefully aiming it.
There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. It's all carefully aimed this way.
Yeah, yeah. That's what you got to do. You got to know what it is. I mean, why do you think I've got this big black backdrop? It's you know.
Oh, you know what? The amount of time I've seen that, I've always thought it was just part of your bed. Like I thought it was like,
Nah.
I never.
No, it's a proper backdrop. I've got it tied up.
Oh, that's such a. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about when I had this one. I was thinking about trying to get like a piece of string across the top so I could just take it on or something. But I could never figure out a good way to do it.
Oh, just nails.
Yeah, I might do that. Put them all along. That way I can take this down for where
it doesn't have to be a big nail either. It can just be one of those little ones that are like that big with a nice big flat top on the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure that you check there's no wires there first, though. That's a very good idea.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't hammer through a wire first.
Yeah, but you don't know where wires are necessarily, mate. That's why you need to get one of those wire checkers.
Oh, you mean ones in the walls?
Yes, mate.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I mean, lucky dip either way. I put nails into walls all the time.
I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't spend a good weekend or two just chucking nails into walls?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just opening a hole and just throwing them in.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Make a hole in the wall like everyone does. You have to have a hole in the wall in your house.
Yeah.
You know, naturally.
The wall hole, you know.
The wall hole, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the glory hole, but it's for nails instead of penises.
Yeah. You can have a penis food if you want to. It depends what you want to put in there.
Yeah, but
maybe
then it
you've
becomes
killed
a glory
person.
hole.
I suppose.
Yeah.
It can also become a grave zone for serial killers. That's what I was about to say.
It could. That's a good way of using it, to be fair. I reckon someone could get some good use out of that.
There you go.
Fucking every time I breathe, because I'm such a fat bastard, you can see it.
Have you seen the new thing that's popped up on Netflix? The what is it called? The Hatchet Weilding Hobo. About
no,
this guy
but I guarantee there's people angry about it.
I don't, but not from what I've seen. This is like 10 years ago or something, like a viral thing where some guy basically, and he basically the whole time as well, it's reminding me of Hula, as you know.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
it reminds me fully of him, man. That's the funniest thing about it. And it starts off with what happened was he, someone he was driving with, because he's a hobo essentially, more of a transient. He's just traveling across more than anything. But he's a hobo in a sense. And he was hitchhiking with this guy who's giving him a lift, and the guy that was driving basically went crazy and run down some woman, and then got out and was attacking the woman, beating her down, trying to kill her. And the guy in the hitchhiker was like, "Oh shit!" got up. Like it was one of them. There was loads of people around, but he was the only one that went to do something. Pulled out his hatchet, hit him twice in the head with the blunt end. Then the guy was still going, so he stripped it around, hit him again. I'm not sure if he killed him, but he fucked him up. Like,
well, you would do it to hatchet to the head.
Yeah, full on, like, you know, got him once, and he was like seen as a hero. You know, he had interviews from this one news person. He became like a bit of a viral thing, and he would only talk to this one newscaster. Like, he left as soon as he did that one, he ignored everyone else. So he had this good little thing going with him. But then in the end, it led to he became like a bit famous, got loads of money in that. He was becoming a bit of a musician, but then he got arrested for murdering someone. I think, and I can't remember how that came about now, but he was seen like people. Basically, it's like the idea that people didn't think about this guy who was very sketchy when they were interviewing him, like the way he was acting and stuff, like, you know, as well.
I mean, he's got to be sketchy also to be willing to just, I'll just flip it round and thop.
That's the point. Yeah, this is the thing. He didn't think twice about not only attacking them at first, but switching it around and doing that. And when they interviewed him, like, that was the thing. The interview with him that they did was what went viral, because at one point he was like, "Smash, smash, smash." I just went out there and I was like, "Smash, smash, smash."
Jesus Christ!
Fucking amazing. You know, I might be able to pull it up on here actually. Let me see.
Do
if I
it.
can. Yeah,
fucking
just that,
do
that
it.
interview. Hatchet Weilding. Oh, Hatchet Weilding Hitchiker, not hobo. I think I said hobo. You know, that's got to be the interview right there. That's got to be it. Yeah, this has to be it.
Okay.
Let me figure out how to share it. I swear I can still do it on this free one. Yeah. There we go. Kai,
Okay,
the homeless hitchhiker with a hatchet.
Oh nah. I
You seen
recognize
this?
this dude. Yeah.
I'm one of the heroes.
Yeah. Can we talk to you? Do you mind?
What do you want to
So
talk about?
this is literally just after it happened, and the news got there. After he saved that woman, basically with the hatchet.
Yeah.
This was the first news readers that got to him. They talked to him, and then it was this interview that kind of made him go viral.
What happened today?
Yeah.
Well, went straight out of Dogtown, skateboarding, surfing it up. Before I say anything else, I want to say no matter what you've done, you deserve respect. Even if you make mistakes, you're lovable. And it doesn't matter your look, skills, or age, or size, or anything. You're worthwhile. No one could ever take that away from you.
It was those kind of things he kept saying when I did talk to him. It's nice messages, obviously he's high as fuck all the time.
Yeah, it's a nice message, but it's also like it's sort of a subtle kind of, hey, I've done shit.
Yeah.
Cool, but I've done some cool shit now.
Yeah. It's weird considering, where this story ends up, which is why it's weird now.
Yeah.
But you can see at the time why it went a bit viral, though, and that's just the beginning,
Yeah. He's got a charisma to him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now, this stuff right here, I was driving and I was in the passenger side of this fucker's car, and he comes over on there. He was over by the recycling center. He says, "Oh, when I was in the Virgin Islands, 30 years old on a business trip, I this 14-year-old." I was like, "You what?" He's like, "I raped this 14-year-old." Starts crying, gives me a big hug. He's like 300-pound guy. I'm like, "Oh shit, you must be f***ed, man. Like, what's he talking about?" I didn't take him seriously at first. He comes driving down this way. He's like, "You know what? I come to realize I'm Jesus Christ, and I can do anything I fucking want to." And watch this, bam, and he smashed into this fucking guy right there, pinned him in between that fucking truck. And so I hop out. I look over, the guy's pinned there. I mean, like, freight train riders know this. Like, if you get pinned between something, do not fucking move that shit, otherwise you bleed out. Like, motherfucker, I ran in, I grabbed the keys. He's fucking sitting there like nothing even happened. And like, fucking, like, man, if you started driving that car around again, man, there would have been a hell of a lot of bodies around here. I hop on out, and so I grabbed the bag, I threw it over by that pole right there, and then Buddy gets out, and these two women are trying to help him. He runs up and he grabs one of them, man. Like a guy that big can snap a woman's neck like a pencil stick. So I ran up behind him with a hatchet, smash. Yeah.
The lady said you saved her life.
She was the one who got grabbed by that fucker. You know what? Is cool. That guy ain't. Shit.
How'd you get in the car?
Pause it. There's so much to digest in that 1 minute alone. That was insane. Oh my god. Right, so
Smash.
Like, that dude is...
I forgot about the extra.
This guy is a fucking Far Cry character. This guy is a fucking computer game character. This is someone you come across in Grand Theft Auto in a side quest. This is not supposed to be real life.
You can see though, can't you, as well, why he reminds me of Hula.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I could see this being something he'd do completely. Like, he just happened to have, like, one of the times I saw him, he just happened to have a big chunky wrench on him.
That's but wrenches.
He just happened to have it. That's what I'm saying. And if he saw someone getting a guy killing a woman, this would probably happen.
He'd probably fuck him up. Yeah, I can see Hula doing that. Definitely. Yeah. Jesus Christ, this guy is like, it's weird. It's like what happens when, it's what happens when what is it? Chaotic neutral comes across chaotic evil. Like the dude who was driving that car. There's the D&D thing, I've mentioned it before. You've got lawful good,
the different classes or something.
Neutral good, or whatever it is, that kind of shit. Like chaotic neutral is basically like, I'm willing to do anything and all this kind of stuff, but I'm not a bad guy. I just want to live my own way in a cool way and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But sometimes people get hurt by chaotic neutral, right? That's just what happens. chaotic evil is what the other fucker was. He was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am
yeah.
Jesus Christ. I can do whatever I want, and I'm going to show you how. I am going to do this nasty fucking shit. Right? This is like. It's like when you get like a slightly less evil supervillain to help fight a bigger,
Yeah,
more
yeah,
evil.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Adam. This guy is Black
Yeah,
Adam.
yeah. I see exactly what you're saying. You know, like he's not bad, but he's not quite good either.
He's not good
You
either.
know,
No.
yeah.
No.
That's kind of how the story went with him. I'm trying to remember exactly what was the murder he got done for. I don't remember if he got done for it, to be fair, in the end. You know, I
Yeah,
can't remember
yeah.
the ending of it. But I thought it was something to do with he might have known this guy before it or something.
Oh.
That was part of it. But I might be chatting at my ass as well. So
Well,
no,
I mean, there's more to digest. Let's keep going.
yeah.
Well, good thing I was hitchhiking. Yeah, people say don't hitchhike. Well, this is what happens. Was well, at least I was here.
So he did this on purpose.
He's not wrong.
Dude, that guy was
Yeah.
fucking cooked out, man. Like he's beyond howley. Like I don't even see any breath in him.
Fucking-
You know what I'm saying?
Cooked out.
Can I get your name? And where you're
Cooked
from?
out is my new
I'm
favorite
Kai.
fucking phrase,
Kai, can I
dude.
get
Yeah.
spelling for it?
Straight out of Dogtown, K.I.
Yeah, do you have a last name?
No, bro, I don't have anything.
Where are you from originally? Are you from Fresno area?
Sophia, West Virginia.
No kidding. How old are you?
I can't call it.
What the fuck?
What are you experiencing anything like today?
Let's pause. What is this,
Yeah,
man?
what does that mean? What are you saying there? Is he just a
Let's
spiritual
face
person?
facts here, Carl. We already know this man acts like a computer game character. We already know he's basically a superhero. Well, an anti-hero. What,
Hmm?
like, is he from a different universe? Is what's happening here?
He's sent from the future, maybe.
Maybe even from the
Just
past.
from the future.
We don't
Maybe.
know. We don't know, Carl.
True, lucky. I mean, he's got all the piece. He could, but I mean, I can't say much because I've got a literally peace symbol tattooed on my body. But he could be from the 60s.
He could be. He could be from the 60s. He's seen the shit, man. He's been through Vietnam. This dude is literally ageless. He's been around since the dinosaurs. Like he is essentially an unknown entity. He is a god. But not a god in the sense that we normally understand. He's like a trickster. He's just like a weird forest nymphy type creature that runs around and fucks with people and occasionally saves the day. That's basically in my head. That's the canon I have for this guy.
I've just done a quick little check as well, trying to remember what it was, and it wasn't this thing that he was done for in the end, a murder. It was something to do with a 73-year-old. And he's serving a 57-year prison sentence in Trenton for the first-degree murder of Joseph Gelfrey, 73. He was convicted of killing the North Jersey lawyer in his home after they'd already met. I do remember thinking there was something strange about it. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what was about it because I felt like there was something else. But you know what? At the same time, though, I think he might have even admitted to it in the end, so I might be wrong there. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're looking at all this, and then what he went on to do. That's the point, like as well. Let's see some more though.
Okay.
Let's see this murder man.
And what made you take the actions that you did?
Though.
That woman was in danger. He just finished what looked like at the time killing somebody, and if I hadn't done that, he would have killed more people. So he's dead. Good.
You ever experienced anything like that, Kai?
He's
Well, this
dead.
one time
So
I
he
was in an
did kill him.
orchard, and this fucking guy starts
Okay,
beating
cool.
on.
Well, okay, he did kill him then, yeah.
He knows he killed him,
And he was okay.
and
with
he's
it.
just like, he's dead. Good. Like,
I mean,
Jesus, Kai.
It's the weird thing. It's like he is talking in a way. It's like I can't disagree with what he's saying in regards to, you know, he was good.
No.
He was there. He stopped him from killing a lot more people. He seems to give a shit about people.
Yeah.
But then how does this in like however many years forward, he apparently killed a 70-year-old?
Yeah.
I feel like there was some weirdness to it, but at the same time, I feel like he might have admitted to it as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, you know. Let's see him again. Go on.
On this woman who he calls his. So I walked on over and I started smashing him in the head. You see all these teeth marks right here for the camera? Yeah, I started smashing him in the head and in the teeth, busted out all his teeth. Motherfucking the sheriff's not the.
That makes no sense what he just said there. I was smashing him in the head, you know, like, and his teeth were all coming out with the hatchet he was using. So look on my hand to see the teeth marks. I don't understand how that goes together.
Like, I'm assuming the guy was biting back, but he's just sort of he's not mentioned that, but he thinks he's mentioned that because his head's just Kai.
Then what's up with that guy as well? Then his only way to defend himself, he thought I could attack him with my hands. So fuck that, I'll bite.
Yeah.
Ow!
It's weird though, because we've got a lot of witnesses to this shit. Like, there were a lot of people around, so like he's telling the truth, I guess.
Yeah. There's no debate about that. Like everything here, this happened how it happened.
Yeah.
Policy enforcers can show up and start like they're like, yeah, so what happened? I mean, like, just give me any old name and just give me old fucking birthday, whatever. Just
What happened today after you're obviously free now, but were you arrested? What was the process? What did they do to you when they came out? Obviously, they found out that you did the right thing, but the time that from the accident until now,
Well,
he started following like I cleaned his motherfucking head wide open with a hatchet. He stood up like he was pulled right up, right? And like I'm like, bro, hey, if you're fucking Jesus Christ, I'll be the Antichrist, man. Like that. And he starts following me off this way, so I figure I'll lure him away from the crowd. So I'm running off this way. I got a hatchet in one hand, my fucking this bag I'm carrying over with another hand. I start running off that way, and so a couple of the people who was bystanders to it came over and told me to stop. And I was like, why stop? And like, the cops are already on their way. I was like, is he back up and doing anything? And somebody said that he was like masturbating in front of the school or fucking one of those places right here.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Jesus Christ!
And I want to hear that again because that just sounded like it just turned around like 360 completely.
A couple of the people who was stopped, and I was like, why stop? And like, the cops are already on their way. I was like, is he back up and doing anything? And somebody said that he was like masturbating in front of the school or fucking one of those places right here.
So he had to. He hit him with a fucking hatchet. The guy stood up, followed him, and then wanked off at a school with a head wound. What the fuck? What was this man fighting?
I'm not sure, you know,
because it doesn't sound human. Like,
it's a story isn't making sense as well now.
No,
he didn't seem to be too sure what happened. Okay, you know, looking at this now, the full thing, I can kind of see how, you know, like, you can see the twinges of, this guy isn't together in his head. I'm not hugely surprised that he went on to murder someone.
Yeah.
Were you taken into custody? What happened? I mean, obviously,
I was put into the back of the sheriff's wagon. Wasn't the policies that fucking pulled I over? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I got put in the back of the sheriff's wagon. The sheriff was like, "What happened here?" Took down a statement. I told him everything I just told you, and fucking let me on out. Said I couldn't grab all this stuff until I had finished, like they had finished with something. You know what I mean? And like brought me back on over here so I could be in front of this thing, like this car right here. It's fucking gnarly, man. Holy shit. It's like the biggest wave I've ever ridden in my life.
What's next for you, Kai?
Oh no, that's when it happened. That's when it happened.
Watching this somewhere else, we got
go back a couple.
I'd love to test out Maverick.
Oh man, it was like the biggest wave I've ever rode in my life. And he stares off into the distance for a little bit, like, oh yeah, I could do that again.
Killing, I got the feeling of killing someone was the wave he's actually talking about there, not saving someone.
No,
I know what you're saying. Let me see this again through that voice.
And like brought me back on over here so I could be in front of this thing, like this car right here. It's fucking gnarly, man. Holy shit. It's like the biggest wave I've ever ridden in my life.
What's next for you, Kai?
You can see it.
If anybody's watching this,
that stare in the distance, like he lost himself in that.
Yeah, that made so much sense. This
somewhere else, they got a mini Mal that they could lend a guy with a wetsuit. I'd love to test out Mavericks.
From this, he was asking for a wetsuit and some particular kind of surfing board. He had so many. That were like, I was about to say that were sent to him, that people were trying to give to him, but nobody knew where he was because he's, you know, like hitchhiker
Transient
dude.
dude. Yeah.
They found him eventually. The same news people did, and then I think they did that, and then he got a little bit famous. They put him on a few things. You know, he had these like 15 minutes, as they say.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, smash, smash, smash again.
Because, you know, that was the biggest wave.
Naturally, there's a lot of those kind of remix songs on here as well from
Yeah,
that, you know.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
God.
fucking crazy, man.
Oh, that was ridiculous. Genuinely fucking, like, I've never seen that, like, all the way through. I recognize the guy and I recognize the story, but I've never seen the whole interview.
Saying that's
Like,
the first
that's
time I had.
mad. Like, genuinely fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
But
Fucking,
no one was like, "This. Should we have a little think about this guy? Is he?
He's like at the time, and I get it. He was like looking at it and assuming that, you know, like, because it's very easy to look at it afterwards, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, assuming the best of him. Like, I really liked this guy when I was watching a documentary, which is probably why when I was saying it back at the beginning, I was like, I think he killed someone, but I'm not totally sure. He might not have
Yeah,
done.
yeah. It's
Because
like,
I liked
but
him.
did he know?
Now, as I read up on it, it's like, so he killed someone, I go.
Yeah.
And I would do
But did he actually kill a person, Carl, or did he kill a Terminator? Because that motherfucker got up
not
and
him, someone
followed
else,
him
though.
with a fucking head wound, like a
didn't get done
serious head wound.
He didn't get done for murdering him.
No, I know, but
Oh, okay.
but like, did he kill a person initially, or was it something else?
I bet they were just getting fucking high together in the car, and he just like one of those people that just couldn't handle the drugs he was given, and he snapped.
That would be terrible if like,
And in that moment when he ran off before the people came to him, it was him just ditching some of his drugs before the police came.
Yeah.
He picked them up afterwards. That's why he wouldn't do more interviews with other people, because he was like, "Oh, the police are gone now. Go get the drugs. But they're over there, you know, talking to that people."
Get some fucking
he just-
LSD and relax.
He just disappears. So after that interview, other news people come over to talk to him, and he was like, "No, I'm not talking anymore," and just walks off.
Jesus.
Had to retrieve his drugs.
Yeah, of course.
Like, oh, that would make. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, because this guy was this dude that did that picked up the hitchhiker.
Yeah.
And then did that, but didn't attack. If you're going to pick up a hitchhiker and you're a murdery person, normally you're
a murdery person. If you're the average murdery person,
yeah, you'd murder the person you picked up that's in your car. You know, you start with them at least.
Yeah,
that's the easy start right there. But instead, I just got high up on his drugs, and he was like went a bit crazy, and he saw demons outside, and he was like, "Arr!"
Fight the demons.
Yeah, you know. That's why he was Jesus Christ. He was trying to fight the demons, you know.
Yeah.
I forgot about the whole that he
doesn't want to fight a demon or two. You got to fight a demon or two, boy. You've got to fight a demon or two.
I watched recently there's this new. Well, it's not new, but I've recently discovered it. I don't know, like ghost hunting people on YouTube. Sam and Colby, they're called.
Okay.
And they just go to a different place each time. It's like an hour long, and they go around the place, and they have different people with them sometimes. And it seems legit. They were on Joe Rogan recently, so I was listening to it on that I was first like, I'll check them out then.
Yeah.
And they're quite entertaining, but I've watched a few of them, and I'm really not sure how I feel now about it. Because in the one episode, they were looking from outside, and they were like shitting themselves because the lamp in their room was on. And they were like, we didn't turn it on. What the hell happened? And they were like, we need to go back check on the footage, see if it wasn't, and they never went back to it. I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to it.
Yeah.
So I went back in the episode, found a bit eventually, was able to figure out, no, the lamp was on the whole time.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah. And later on, there was 4 of them in a different episode, and they turned on this light into their hotel room, and they were like, looked down at the bed, and they were like, yo, there's 2 handprints on the bed. What the hell? Like, pressed into the memory foam or something. They're like, what the hell is going on? Asking everyone, like, did you put your hands on it? Did you put hands on it? Like, all of them saying, like, no, we didn't, and that. And that was it. Then they just carried on with it. And I was like, very easy to tell if they did or not. So I went back, because they recorded the whole walking in and everything.
Yeah.
First thing that the one does when he walks in, put his hand straight down on the bed and leans forward. The first thing that they did.
I mean, it's so fucking typical, isn't it? It's like because they've forgotten about it, they assume immediately it's got to be ghosts.
Yeah.
Nah.
And if you're gonna do that, fair enough that you might do that at the time, but when you edit it, put it in at that point saying, yeah, okay, we realised it was this.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that bothered me. If you're gonna include those bits, then just put it in. Because other bits seemed more legit. But it was hard to take any of that anymore, after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I you know me. I don't really. I don't believe a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but do you believe in ghosts in general, though?
I don't know. Is the answer.
Okay.
I don't think that they're not there necessarily, but I don't know. I don't have any experience of them personally, or anything like that. And a lot of the times when people have tried to show me evidence of ghosts, it's not been very evidential.
I've never seen evidence of a ghost that would change my way of thinking about it. If I hadn't put the tiny thing I saw, which is still under question constantly in my head anyway.
Yeah.
But,
as it should be. You should always question all of your memories because most of them are wrong.
Yeah, every time you think about your memory, you edit it, so it's hard learning that. It's like, oh god, okay. But yeah, if I didn't have that, like, or the initial belief or whatever, then none of the evidence I've ever seen would have ever made me think there was.
Yeah, no.
Because it's so, and even the good stuff I've seen, the issue with that kind of thing is as well, it's so easy to fake.
Yeah.
So easy.
The thing is what it. All it takes is someone who's a vaguely convincing actor and someone who can edit footage well, and you can make something like quite scary quite quickly, You
don't even need actors in there if it's like when you put. I was thinking more in that time when I said it, like a lot of the videos that you see of evidence is like they've left a locked off camera somewhere while they've left or something, or it's like all night they've left it recording or something in another room, and drawers are suddenly popped out, things are suddenly flew up,
Yeah. Oh, I hate it when stuff like that happens. Like suddenly the drawers open. It's like, oh come on.
I mean, I believe that can happen I believe in poltergeists. I believe that can happen.
Yeah.
I just can't look at any of these videos and be like, that's definitely a poltergeist. It's like, but it could have been faked. It's so easy. Like,
yeah. One of my friends.
I still believe in them, though.
One of my friends, apparently, I can't remember the exact story. I think like his mum. His grandma didn't like his mum or something like that, or something along
very
those
common
lines
thing.
Yeah, and
take my son from me.
Yeah,
I'm the most important woman in his life.
Yeah, but like I don't know if it was even that one or whether it was her own. I can't remember. Anyway, basically, like, or whether it was an aunt, but they really didn't like each other, and apparently, like, she was having a really tough time, and then. Like the aunt died on the same day as, like, she said she was on. I think it was supposed to be at the same time she died as well. She was like just walking around her kitchen, and suddenly all of the cupboards and things just slammed open at the same time.
Okay,
just like fuck you, like
Like,
yeah.
I've heard a few things like that as well. Yeah. The really dramatic thing to hear, then it's like, well, if that happened, why is there never a camera there or something?
Yeah.
People always say, and then at the same time, though, as we were just saying, there's plenty of videos of that happening.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's because you've seen it in so many films. It's like, well, I just can't really believe it now.
That too, as well. Yeah.
You
definitely.
need something. Ghosts need to up their game. Look, ghosts out there, if you're watching, up your game a bit. Find something new and interesting to draw our attention, because floating objects, slamming doors, we can blame that shit on all sorts of stuff nowadays.
In all fairness, though, to be fair, actually, I have seen a few things that I like with all the media stuff and that. I think like we're the kind of people that analyze, when it's easier to analyze stuff we're watching more because we've been behind the camera more. You think about it all, the way they're doing it.
Yeah.
And there's some where I've watched it and I'm like, I don't know how they would have done that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like saying the name of the program because everyone assumes it's fake because of the person that used to be in it. Most Haunted, with the whole Derek Akora thing.
Derek Akora, listen to me, ghosts. Come to me, ghosts. You want to talk?
Mary loves dick. Mary loves dick.
Dick. Dick.
I love that as
Mary
well.
loves dick. It's like,
Because the camera stayed on them.
Why the fuck did they keep with that guy for so long? Like, they must have known that Derek Akora was a fucking joke, and yet for some
wanted to believe him.
reason,
They wanted to believe him, man. That's
yeah,
what
but
it
they
was.
turned him into a Derek
He turned
Akora
himself
was
into a
nothing,
joke.
and then they turned him into a fucking superstar overnight.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They all love that ghost stuff. They want to believe it so much. That's the issue, which is why a lot of it, you just believe in something that might not be there some of the times, because you want it to be real so much. Hence,
Yeah.
they only realised because the new, what is it, the parapsychologist person that they have in, the skeptic, basically.
Yeah.
The new one they brought in was open to it all. He wasn't a skeptic that he flat out didn't believe it. He just always looked more like me. I always look for the specific reason first. I always try and figure out, like something else. And basically, he planted fake stuff, like put little fake things for Derek to say in places, and see if he would bring it up later. Suddenly, from these
And
spirits.
certainly he did. Yeah.
And every time he did.
Yeah.
So it was like, wow, they're not talking to you, are they? Then.
Yeah.
But that's the good thing though. Like there was 25 6 seasons of Most Haunted, something like that, and he went after like the 10th season. So there's plenty, and they had a few mediums. And I'm not against the idea of mediums either. I'm only against them when they're really certain about what they're seeing and who they're talking to. I think people can be slightly.
The thing is like I think so, if it's a thing, I think someone could be sensitive to it. I don't think
that's a better way.
Ever have just a straight up one-to-one conversation with a ghost.
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, I don't believe that stuff. That's it. Yeah, it's like you believe it to a level, like exactly like you said, like being sensitive to it.
Yeah, because to me, like I think there's things that could make ghosts technically possible, even from a science thing, and you got to use science fiction to do it. But like quantum states, so like something that was so traumatic, it sort of repeated itself because of like the trauma around it and all that kind of stuff or whatever, and it's sort of locked in time to repeat. Things like that kind of make sense in a weird way, like a malicious vibe around a house where a lot of people have died over lots of years for some like unknown reason. You get that sort of sensation when you walk into some places. So like I don't think that there's necessarily nothing. There is this sort of weirdness that you can get from a place. And I think following your gut is a really good idea in a lot of situations.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But it's difficult to say where I don't know what I need to see to go like, yes, I now believe in ghosts. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, if you don't have to believe beforehand, you would literally have to see someone right in front of you confirm they're a ghost, because people all the time,
you literally have to have someone walk in front of you, have a conversation with you, and then just disappear into nothingness.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, okay, I believe now. Yeah.
But even then, if you were on your own, you'd probably just assume you were hallucinating.
Yeah, or dreaming or something,
Yeah,
and it was just
exactly.
like a horrible nightmare, and that's why you're so tired. Not that you didn't sleep.
But the issue is though, it's a smart way to be as well.
Yeah.
Because even me now, like, I believe it all, but it would take a lot for me to really believe what I've seen was definitely that, undoubtedly anyway.
Yeah.
So for a non-believer as well, or more on that side, I could totally see why no evidence would probably ever really make you believe it.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be more like definitely. It would have to be a something to happen to you anyway. Definitely. I'm gonna
Fuck.
head off in a second anyway.
That's fair. I'm fucking shattered.
The Island of Love is calling.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go. You're gonna go watch some people try and bone.
Yep. That's what I'm gonna do. Even
using terrible conversation and even worse pickup lines.
They're gonna keep constantly edging and flirting with each other and turning each other on and keep reminding each other they're in Love Island so they can't fuck. Let's keep turning each other on more.
Yeah. Oh, we can't. It's forbidden.
Every now and then, on some of the bits I've watched before, I think some of them might have banged. I'm not sure.
They definitely do. Like, they'll say it's prohibited, but if someone fucks in the middle of a season with someone else, they just say, "Oh, just keep it quiet and don't
Oh
fucking
no, it's not
mention it."
prohibited from the show. The show would love it.
Oh, I
The
didn't
show
know.
would be all over that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They want that to happen. That's why they're making
yeah.
them do this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet in
that's what I
earlier
thought.
seasons it happened all the time.
Oh, right.
You know, because people
So
used
is
to
it
get
just
branded
not
fags.
happening now? Is it like is Love Island becoming Japanese and now everyone's just sleeping with sex pillows and things
Well, it
like
depends
that?
on the person, don't it? I mean, like, you know, a lot of people just don't want to be branded and having sex on national TV, I guess.
Oh, fuck off. If you're going to be on fucking Love Island, you know exactly what you're there for. Get your
Yeah.
tits out and bang like you're in Big Brother in the early 2000s, you dirty bastards.
I think everyone used to be meaner. Everyone's like really nice with each other. And I don't know if it's because the one year some guy was like, felt shit after it or something and ended up killing himself.
Fucking cunt, I hate sneezing.
Cousintai.
Oh, God, that hurt.
Yeah, I don't know though. It's a very weird program, but it's interesting. Very interesting from a psychological point of view. It's
Yeah.
I like it.
Sorry, man. Yeah. Oh,
It's all
that
right.
derailed me hard.
Hmm?
Oh, my God.
I've been coughing a lot lately, you know. It was more that I was ill before a little bit. I had like a little fluey, coldy kind of stuff. But just a smoker's cough, you know, it just kept it going a bit now.
Yeah, I had a bit of a problem with the COVID thing because, like, when I had COVID, it was a long time, and I tried to stop smoking entirely, but I had to have like a tiny little bit here and there,
Yeah,
and
hard.
even though it suddenly made me like literally so fucking lightheaded immediately that I could barely fucking think, it was like almost dangerous to be honest.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but I
That-
got through it.
That's what it was like every time I was having one of those little things. Like it was like I couldn't think properly at all. I definitely couldn't see properly.
Yeah.
It was like looking through, you know, like 7 fogged windows.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah, so weird, man. Like,
Yeah.
it was so strange. It hasn't happened again since, but you know.
Which is it's good.
Yeah. They're trying to figure out what it is. Hopefully I won't die. But if so, it'll probably
I'd
be that.
rather you didn't, mate. That'd be my
more
preference.
be more preferable, yeah. I think I'd probably
Yeah.
prefer that too, weirdly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know, don't be greedy.
Yeah, I know. At least I get to float around and horn people then.
Yeah.
Which
Actually,
will be fun.
actually, I asked this question of Matilda the other day. I think it's fucking great, right?
Hmm.
If you could turn into any animal, which one you pick? I mean, like, you don't have to be the animal forever. You can just
okay.
turn in and out of being a human and this animal whenever you want.
Okay, eagle, definitely.
Eagle. That's a good one. See, I went with bear because essentially you become the Hulk. If someone fucks with you,
yeah. Well, I said about me. My idea was like get a bird and fly away.
yeah.
You can't get me up here.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bear.
No,
Fuck you.
if I just turn into a fucking grizzly bear or a polar bear or something, just on a whim when someone punches you at the bar, it's like, no one's gonna fuck with you anymore.
No. Was it with you that I was showing the pictures of the giant birds that were in the one area? Couldn't have been New Zealand, like this one Titan bird or something like that.
Oh, is it the one with the big fucking prehistoric beak shit, or is that a different one?
Big giant. It looks like a giant ostrich.
Ooh, no, I haven't seen that.
Like the people come up to like, you know, its tit kind of thing, and it used to be, but they're gone extinct now. But yeah, they were around like loads in New Zealand, I think it was. But that giant bird also had a natural predator as well, which was I believe it was like 25-foot wingspan eagle, giant motherfucking eagle.
Holy fucking shit!
Mm-hmm. I assume that's dead now because I feel like we would have seen that if I was still around.
Yeah, that's a big fucking eagle.
Yeah, that's a big beast.
Jesus
that's
Christ,
big motherfucker.
You know, though, like years and years and years ago, back like before dinosaurs even and shit like that, there was so much oxygen in the air.
Yeah, that
you could have dragonflies that were 2 feet wide.
Yeah, I have seen them.
That's fucking madness. Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine the spiders.
No, literally, they did. They had spiders that were like the size of small dogs.
Oh, actually, I think I've heard that. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd feel like it would be bigger, but I suppose there'd be no reason for it to get big. I mean, I know
Well, the thing
everything
is,
was bigger though.
the problem with insects is once you reach a certain point, the sort of skeletal part of it, the exoskeleton, becomes so heavy and so dense it would just sort of crunch under its own weight.
Yeah, that's the point.
Also,
which is
because of the
why-
way that insects breathe, it's weird because they've got tiny little, I think it's got like spirola or something, like tiny little holes in their body all around with like a little bit of liquid in, and it just sort of transfers oxygen through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of the point, though, isn't it? Because spiders now can only get to the size of the Goliath. The Goliath bird-eating spider is
which
the
is like
biggest
that
a spider
big,
can
which is
get.
pretty big, but it's not
Really fucking
that.
big.
It's not like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not Labrador size.
That's the thing, though. Yeah, so it's not so much that they can't get bigger than that. It's just they can't without the extra oxygen to breathe through.
Yeah.
So it's not so much the weight cushion
But
them, is it, then?
those were literally about as big as spiders can get. That is the maximum about size you can get for a spider.
Yeah.
I mean, we had back then there were sloths that were so fucking huge,
Yeah.
and not only that, but they were predators. And you know what
Mhm.
you know what sheep actually fucking this blew my fucking mind when I found it out, right?
Go on.
So there was a giant wolf-like predator, right? Giant wolf-like predator. I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
an 8-foot long fucking wolf-looking creature
I've seen
with
some
a
of
big
these.
nasty fucking face, right? And it went around and it hunted they don't know whether it was in packs or solo, but it was like they were the alpha on the fucking fields, right?
Yeah.
They became sheep.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you said then.
They literally evolved into sheep.
You're saying about
It
wolves
is
then?
literally a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Ah, so you did. Oh, maybe that's where it comes from. The idea. Then there must
Yeah.
be a lot more, like, features. Like facial features and stuff that must be similar between the two
Oh
in
yeah,
that case.
it shared like the sort of nose ridge part,
Yeah.
sort of flat. It shares that kind of similarity and things like that, and it's so weird, man. It's
That's
so
fine.
weird what evolution has done over the years. And then
Yeah,
at the same time, you've got crocodiles and horseshoe crabs and sharks. Like, fuck yeah, I'm perfect.
All right, then let's get the plugs out anyway. Then before
Let's
we
get
keep
the
going
plugs
on.
out before we jump out.
Right. Actually, I'll do mine first.
Yeah, do it. Fucking do it.
Yeah. So in your house, as always, there's already been a few new episodes about James Brogan. There's the last one when we recorded this, but there would have also been Ems Coombs, I think. Or this will come out just before it. One of the way, you'll know. You can see it. I can't. I'm in the past. You're in the future. You tell me.
Yeah.
But
Etc.
I've actually got a gig booked in too. For I need to book some more things in. For February the 23rd in Stoke, and that's with Mr. James Brogan doing that one. Oh, thought the camera's going to go then.
I'd like to go back to Stoke. Stoke was where I went to uni. That'd be a good one.
I'm not sure if I've been to Stoke. Don't think I've been to Stoke for a gig.
Stoke's good. If it's still open, which it fucking better be, go to a Wright's Bakery. It's like Greg's, but 1,000 times better.
Oh, hold on. I mean, that's like...
Yeah, I've already had this discussion with you, Carl. It's better. And now you can find out why.
Okay. I'll find out. I'll put it to the test. I'm going
Yes,
to
you
take a
can.
sausage roll with me. And I'll buy one of them when I first get there. Let that go cold too.
They've got a Greg's there as well. You can do a direct comparison.
Cool. Okay.
One for one.
Yeah, that's
One
even
for
better.
one.
Yeah. But it's not a Birmingham Greg, so...
Mate, it's Greg's. It's literally made in a factory somewhere in
know.
Wolverhampton and shipped to everywhere in the world.
You know what? You say that though, but when I buy the one from the fucking shop in Iceland and that, when they're frozen, and put them in and trying to cook them, and never cook them right. They're never cooked right.
Yeah,
I think they do it on purpose.
You never get the ones from like that. You have to go to the shop to get it. Otherwise, what's the point? Like,
Yeah, to get it perfect. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
It must be such a tiny like margin where exact time frame you have to take it out on. It's just impossible if you're at home.
Yeah. Sorry, any more plugs?
Oh yeah, plugs. No, I think I did them all then.
Really?
Killed him in comedy. I said that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
KD comedy in general. Oh, actually, one thing I forgot to do as well. Every week you can also check me out when I talk wrestling with the American peeps. With Brian, Patrick, and Ishmael. I just call you Ish, don't I? That's what I think. I don't know. Anyway, wrestling every week.
Nice.
A lot of stuff happening in the world.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon left. He wasn't in the company.
Tried
2
to
months
sell
later, tried to sell it, and now he's back running the company again. He is selling it.
But not necessarily to the people he wanted to initially.
The Saudi Arabians.
Yeah.
That was a bit more of a rumor. I don't think that was ever really true, to be honest.
But yeah.
I fucking hope not, anyway.
Yeah.
I did see one thing about that though. When that rumor was going about, there was like a few different memes around, and I saw the best one, and it was Hulk Hogan, and he was in like instead of the Hulkamania stuff, but it was green and white, the Saudi colours,
Yeah.
and the song titles came up, and it was just "I am a Saudi Arabian, fight for the rights of only men." I was like, yes, that's great. But yeah,
God.
wrestling. It's all going to poop again. But it's also kind of cool as well. It's fun to watch the wrestling world burn.
Yeah, it is. Right, it
It's
looks like my people are going to bed, so I'm going to make my plugs quickly.
Plug it in.
There's Post-Apocalyptic Metal Treehouse available wherever you watch your podcasts or listen to your podcasts. It's available on YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. It's not iTunes anymore, it's Apple Music or Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcast, yeah. Which I
Anyway.
I think I forgot to tell you that none of this was ever actually put on Apple Podcasts. I realised this year we were never on like a lot of them. We weren't on Deezer. We weren't on something else as well. Google. We weren't on Google Podcasts.
Yeah.
But yet we still hit 1,000 downloads, my friend.
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out.
But carry on, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's also Adbreaker on YouTube. It's a show where I break down adverts in ones that annoy me and ones that intrigue me and ones that quite frankly freak me the fuck out. As I said earlier on, it's on 3,000 views at the moment on Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. The fourth one will be out eventually. Just get off my back, alright? I've got one more audio pass to do on it and then it's ready. But I'm going to do it when I want to and not when you tell me to. Why? Because I'm my own man.
You fight that damn system, Nathan.
You're goddamn right, Carl. Anyway, other than that, I do want to kind of get back into streaming at some point, just because it's a way of keeping regular content coming out. But
Yeah. Streaming what though? Well, we can definitely do one of these again soon because we need to start getting forward again now because we're behind on them.
I really.
Well, I've got that one other one to bring out as well, so that's easier.
I want to get my car sorted, and then we can do some in-person ones again because
Yeah.
I do miss that fucking.
Well, I'm also going to look as well because I've got that laptop and stuff now. I was going to do it this time. I'm going to wait till next time. If you're still not able to get about like by my next payday, I was going to have a look how much the trains are anyway, and I'll come up to you.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
You have to do it a bit earlier, probably. I assume. I don't feel like it would be that expensive to get to you because you're not that far away.
No,
As
it's
in,
like
how long it takes you to
Redditch
get
isn't
here.
that far. Redditch isn't that far.
So if I went to like Redditch train station, is that where I would go?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that ain't expensive. Anyway, I've been through that loads of times, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm doing now. The mum just shouted through. Well, you're finished. We shall watch the Love Island. Do you not worry? You do not need to worry. Love Island, we are coming.
Okay, well, as he's off to Love Island, kill them with comedy.
Kill them with comedy.
Kill them with comedy.
We'll get a sign up eventually. We'll get there. Give it another 100 episodes.
This thing has done